wear glasses all the time. They're just always filthy. I don't even understand it. Happy Friday. Welcome to Getting Baked with Crystal, and hello to everybody who is annoyed that Instagram changed their grid from squares to rectangles, and your carefully curated grid view is now all cropped. Go check out the Getting Baked with Crystal Instagram page if you don't know what I'm talking about. Because it used to be, oh, that's worse. How did that make it worse? It used to be the recipe perfectly square and then the picture of the thing perfectly square, and now they're cropped in and you can't see. I worked really hard on that. And now it's just ugly. Can I have my glasses case, please, of course? Yeah, Jess, go check out the grid. It looks terrible on Getting Baked with Crystal.
All right, well, I'm trying not to slip on your tears. Trying so hard not to slip on your tears.
So hard.
Whoa.
Hannah's annoyed that Instagram no longer shows me when I've reached the end of my feed. I was lamenting the other day. By the way, you'll notice my glasses cleaning cloth is no longer folded neatly in the plastic bag it goes in, because one time I asked Dan if he would clean my glasses while I was driving, and the bag disappeared forever. Thanks, Dan.
You're welcome.
Yeah, they're 4-5 instead of 1-1. Yeah, it's ugly. It's just ugly. And maybe it doesn't make a difference for some people's grids, but when your grid is a square recipe card and a square photo of the recipe having been made, then yes, it matters, and it's ugly. I look, Jess. I look. I was lamenting the other day about how, remember when you would go to Instagram and it would be in, like, time order of, like, who posted recently? Could you stop with the camera? I'm talking here. Yes, Zulu Crafter is with me. Thank you. But you can actually see the things your friends posted and the people you followed. Yes, it really does want to see the cat. I think Dan's doing something over there. I don't know. He's got the mouse. As I was lamenting about it, I scrolled through my feed, and 1 out of every 5 was something from somebody I followed in no particular chronological order. Jess, I don't know that it's tracking the animal. Oh, I think Dan was doing that.
I have presetters. I'm trying. I'm working on this thing here. It looks pretty good.
Does it track the cat, though? Now, because you lost my little bag, I put this in here, but then when I put my glasses in there, it just smashes it to the bottom, and it's all wrinkled and ugly.
Okay. You do this to Blake. I need you to say, like, 2 nice things.
It's Friday, and we're making the most ridiculous banana bread you've ever heard of in your life. If you're sick of boring banana bread, have I got the recipe for you. This is so over the top, it's insane, but it's delicious. It is banana bread, but in the form of a bundt cake, so it's got the hole in the middle, and it's got cream cheese inside of it. The cream cheese also has some of the banana bread batter in it, so it's banana flavored as well. It also has a streusel on top. It has chocolate chips inside of it. It has walnuts. It has everything you could ever want. Terry says, I went out and bought the right baking pan for this recipe. I hope that's what you're talking about. Ooh, that beer is strong. I'm done with this.
Hey, wait, how come you never say I'm strong?
Because you don't smell that bad.
I don't know if it tracks animals. I just had presets from earlier I was making to click on, but we can try some animal tracking later.
Yes, Terry, you are going to love this recipe. It is your kind of over-the-top ridiculous. You can't make it all that often because who needs this in their banana bread? It's me, but I should not have it all the time.
I like Sam's Canadian theme. Is this an info commercial? We call them infomercials here. But I like info commercial.
Do you not wait. I know in Australia, they, like, abbreviate everything. Like, they don't say sunglasses, they say sunnies. Like, everything is abbreviated. In Canada, do you say it long all the time? Do you not call it infomercials? Do you call them info commercials? April also bought the pan for this. I am proud of you guys. Hopefully you got the right pan, because I'm not sure why, but the recipe specifically says do not use a bundt cake pan. It has to be the angel food cake pan, the, like, square one. So hopefully you guys read my post and saw that part. Ooh, what happened? It has a dent in it. Did you dent my pan?
No, but you know, we're in LA County, so it could have happened from anywhere.
Greg's not a cheesecake fan. It's not cheesecake. It's a cream cheese layer inside of the banana. They call it coffee cake, but it's a banana ring. But it's also flavored banana-y because you put some of the batter in it.
And I can hear Greg say, that's still not going to make me like it.
More for me.
And he shook his head about this much.
Don't care. More for me. Laura says, it sounds yummy. It has everything. Yes, absolutely. You guys are going to love this one. I'm glad some of you guys are making it. Even if you're not making it tonight, I'm glad you're going to try it because Everybody loves this. It's ridiculous. It's almost a dessert and not a breakfast, but I still eat it for breakfast. How are the fires getting taken care of out there with lots of water? Thank you, Canada, for sending your water-holding boats... No, planes, making everybody think planes are crashing into the ocean because we've never seen such a thing.
Yeah, sorry we flew a drone into one.
We did not. Lots of people are like, guys, the ocean's right there. Yeah, but it's salt water. We're basically salting the earth because we have to do something, which is the reason why we do not have those, because we try to not salt the earth. It's not really a good
After
thing.
the tsunami in Japan, all that water ruined all that land.
Yes.
And there's all the education I have.
Yes.
I'm over here watching hockey.
Carry on.
My Penguins are finally winning.
So, yes, Google does have updates on the percentage. I know they are very much more contained now. I think the worst one, the Palisades fire, is at like 50-something percent, 55 maybe. So they are getting them under control. Nothing has been anywhere near us, and we lucked out because usually the wind blows this way.
Yes.
And like 2 days before the fires, it started blowing that way, and it continued to blow that way. So we haven't even had smoke. I don't remember, maybe it was 2020 when you were out at Jess's house, and I remember going to work and sending you a picture. Our whole town is set up like the streets are like grids, so it's like a mile from one main street to the next. And when I turned on one main street onto one, perpendicular to it, I could not see a mile down the road to the next main street because it was that smoky. The last time the fires were this bad.
Yeah, our mountains over there burn because we live in a valley. So the mountains over there do burn. We get fires that are more dangerous to us during other years that we don't really talk about, where it's like, oh, it's smoky out, than the fires that are going on, but we're still only one mountain an hour and 10 away from dropping down into
the closest one was
LA,
in the
LA
Hollywood Hills, which is that's Hollywood. That's like where we go to shows and stuff.
We could get to Hollywood in an hour.
Yes, a little over that, but about hour.
But we're okay. We're okay here.
Yes, nowhere close to us. We're not in danger. We did not have to evacuate.
Say,
Dan did panic buy 9 cat carriers.
I might have purchased 9 nice collapsible. Don't worry, there's not like a
wall of cat
there's
carriers.
There's not Tetronemos and cat carriers over there. But,
yes, it is a good thing to have.
We've been thinking about those for a while. We do have a cat carrier.
We have thought about it, but being this close and this bad and as quickly as everything was moving with the Santa Ana winds that we have out here, multiple people had asked, and somebody even commented on Instagram on the RFS Cats page about like imagining us trying to wrangle all the cats. I told my mom I was just going to crack the car window and like, you stay there and keep them in, and then we'd bring one cat at a time and just shove them in the car window and hope for the best.
like it's a 1930s cartoon
clown car.
Where you're just
I don't know.
wiggling and throwing the cats, and I'm just catching the cats and throwing them in the car, and the cats are wiggling, and off we go. It's gonna be sheets and pillowcases, a la Jake the Snake Roberts. You'd be fast.
Few of our cats get along well enough to even be shoved in the cat carrier together because it is a big cat carrier because we do have big cats, but it's.
When Greg smoked out his house,
right?
He threw all the cats in the car,
right. But that's not 9 cats.
But so
I don't know how that would work at all.
Yeah, so we have collapsed. I might not send them back.
We do need to take one out and see how big it is, because if it's not going to hold a 14-pound cat. Because we used to have a smaller cat carrier, and we had to upgrade, because when we took Mr. Tails one time to the vet, he wouldn't fit in the cat carrier. We had to just put him in our Honda.
He was hanging out on all sides of it, and the cat carrier
he
was
peed in the Honda, so at that point we bought a bigger cat carrier with a pad on the bottom.
I peed in the Honda once.
Ew, gross. Absolutely disgusting.
But we might keep them. We might keep them.
Yeah, we do need to check the size and see if we're keeping all of them. And so fire was not an issue. Dan went to Vegas, which is actually that way. Fires are that way. So he had no issue with his drive.
Well, I just had insane wind. Like, I usually get 3/4 of the way, and then I have like a quarter tank of gas, and then like I fill up again, and then it lasts me until I come back. Like the stop before I filled up, because I was like a quarter tank, because I had so much headwind. It was so crazy.
Yeah, I was in your terrible gas mileage.
Opposite. I had all the wind.
This is why I have a Honda Civic though, because I can make it 6 hours on a tank.
Man,
of gas.
it was blowing around. But like there's diesels around, so I was like, well, that's even crazier. So
yes.
So I did that. Anyway, so we're okay from the fire, so that's good.
Okay, if you guys saw my recipe card, this is a really long recipe, but look, the ingredients, not that much. There's also sour cream over there. Oh, and bananas. I need to throw my bananas in the oven. I've had them for 2 weeks, and they haven't browned enough. They're not quite rotten. I even put them in the fridge this morning because that makes them brown faster, and it still didn't brown enough. So I'm going to throw them in the oven for just a little bit, although I do have to take the stickers off.
Justice, it was bumpy coming in. Even when Blake was coming home from Minot, I was like, damn, dude, he's gonna get all that. He's gonna get all that wind and smoke. But he didn't see any of the fire stuff. But he said it was really bumpy coming in. They had to
He didn't fly into LAX though. He flew into
Santa Ana, but that should have been downwind.
The John Wayne Airport.
And it did look like you said all the smoke was going straight into the ocean.
Yes.
So he didn't see anything flying in. But they had to abort the landing to come around the other way because the wind was blowing the opposite way for some reason.
For a minute there, they were redirecting flights from LAX to Burbank because it was that bad.
It was that bad.
I think the first fire was Pacific Palisades.
Yeah, I missed as I left, everything was like I left the fire to go to Vegas.
If you guys want to make banana bread and your bananas are not ripe enough, put your oven to 300 degrees and put them in there. It says 15 to 20 minutes, but yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it.
What will it do? Will it start taking away the moisture from it and then making it...
It ripens them faster. No, because when they ripen, they get soggier. So I don't think it takes away the moisture. It just makes them brown faster. I don't know. Are the fires purposely set and arson? They're still looking into everything. There are reports that it, like Scott's saying, caused by power line issues, which is not the first time that's happened in Southern California. But there's a long investigation that has to happen for all that.
It's always...
I did hear SoCal Edison is already submitting reports of what was happening with their stuff. That's already, they're getting ahead of it. Here's our stuff and whether we caused it or not.
Everything started the fire. 2 years ago, they had a gender reveal party in the field. And that's what started the big fire was the gender reveal party. Before that, some dude just threw his cigarette out the window. Power lines go bad.
It's a tinderbox out here. The problem
my front
is
yard's a tinderbox.
2 years ago, a year ago, was it last year we had a bunch of rain? We get a bunch of rain in cycles and a bunch all at once, and then it's all dry, so it just sits there, so we get floods, and then we don't get rain for a long time. So the rain causes everything to grow. Then we don't get rain for a long time. Everything dries out, and it's really, just waiting for a spark, almost spontaneous combustion.
It's like tumbleweeds. That's where we get our tumbleweeds from. It's like that. It's like that
Stay
dead.
there.
Crystal.
Dan.
Let's turn our frowns upside down real quick.
Hannah says she wants my sweatshirt. Target, but I got it on clearance, so I don't know if they have it anymore.
Check this out.
What? No, Short Dolphin, no smoke. It's all the other direction.
It's all the other direction. There is a members first vlog up right now. Over 41 minutes of my CES.
This is on our channel.
I held my hand up too much, and then now this thing's gonna start following me around. Did it stop? Oh my gosh.
Flash.
It's
Is it following you or me?
Here, I'll put it back. Okay, I think we got it. Okay, don't make that.
Hannah, look online.
Don't make that. Yes, so it's over 41 minutes. If you're a member, you can go check it out right now. In fact, dump out of here and come back in 41 minutes.
Don't do that. I'm making ridiculous banana bread. You've got to find out what's going on.
Yes.
Jess said, this is why I didn't want that camera. Yeah, I told him, don't make it track around. Look, it's clean here. It's not clean outside of this window of background.
I unclicked it. Now there's no chance of it coming on. I just unclicked it off, so it's fine. It's fine. So there's over 40 minutes of our adventures. If you guys watched Jess's vlog today and yesterday, I guess I did edit those. So I've edited a lot of the same stuff. If you want to see more craziness, I turned all the monetization off. I left all the music in there, all the copyright stuff in there. So go check out 41 minutes of excitement. There's no downtime. There's no mid-roll ads, I don't think. There's no commercials. I think I just let it play like a big... you'll just get lost in the episode. It's so fun right now. That one's up.
Aurora says, you have no room for that iRacing simulator. It looks cool, but it takes up too much room that you don't have. Thank you. Thank you for being on my side.
They're only $5,000 for that part.
Too much room and too much money. Sorry.
Oversized and unapproved.
April says, I'm getting the tips and tricks tonight to make it tomorrow. I heard put it in the freezer. Are we talking about bananas or the cake itself?
Maybe all your stuff.
So, tips and tricks to ripen your bananas faster depends on how much time you have to ripen them. If I had thought about this yesterday or the day before, I would have put the bananas in the fridge and it would have ripened them fast enough for it to be tonight. I did not until this morning when I looked at them and said, those are not ripe enough yet. I did put them in the fridge before I left for work.
I could have stuck them out in the sun. But the crows might have come and got
don't put my food outside. Especially not in the sun. I did put them in the fridge for the day. It did ripen them, but not enough to make them like brown. So if you need them ripened fast, oven is the way to go. Liz says mine ripened in a few days. It's a crapshoot. You never know. Sometimes they're like I do smoothies every day before work, so we get bananas every week. And sometimes by the end of the week, they're super ripe. I had Dan get these before he went to Vegas because I thought that'll give me 2 weeks. That'll be enough time. They'll be good and brown and squishy. I was worried they might be too ripe, and that was not the case with these bananas. So it just depends on the banana, I guess. I don't know. Oh, Hannah's gonna go get some whiskey.
Oh, there's lots of things. Enjoy beer and bug. Thanks for JoJo. I like editing the stuff.
You're gonna need another house behind your house just for Dan and his sim rig.
Oh yeah, I know, right? I like my sim rig. You should see you should guys go to Twitch and go to iRacing and see some people's rad sim rigs. So cool. I watched the hockey game vlog today. Oh good, that one was fun. Where can you watch this? If you're a member, it's live right now. So if you're a member, you can watch it. At some point, everybody will be able to see it. But right now, members first for sure. Ooh, enjoy your whiskey, Hannah. Did Jess get my present that Dan sent you? Yes. She got the box and she thought it was super rad and yes, and then we went to Novi.
April asking about the price of eggs. Yes, so
today was $7.32 for a dozen at the Aldi.
So here, I don't know if I told you guys this story about how we went to go get eggs. Christmas Eve, we had to go get some stuff, and I'm like, let's get some eggs. And at Aldi, they were $5 something. And I'm like, that's too expensive, and we have to go over to
$7.42.
Stater Brothers. So let's check Stater Brothers. At Stater Brothers, they were $7 a dozen, and I was like, absolutely not. I don't know what to do. Maybe we'll go back to Aldi. I was on the hunt for eggnog. So then we ended up at Vallarta, and it was $10 a dozen. I didn't want to go to any more stores or back to Aldi, so I paid $10 for a dozen damn eggs, which hurt my wallet, my soul. It was painful.
I got him.
Then Dan went to Costco, and as he was like on his way to Costco, I happened to be on Reddit, and someone said, "Oh, they're like $6 something at Costco for 2 dozen." Is that what it was
for 2 dozen?
Yes, and I was like, "Hey Dan, go check the price of eggs," and he got 2 dozen for $7 something. So I think next week he's going back to Costco, and I'm gonna have him grab me another 2 dozen, which we went through in 2 weeks. We do about a dozen a week. I definitely will say, like, in looking for the 2 recipes we're doing this month, I did not pick certain recipes because they were egg heavy, and I was like, absolutely not. I can't afford it. It's just, that's too much. Liz says they're $4.99 a dozen at Meijer.
Today they're $7.49.
Davis says Winco is better. Yeah, but friend, you're local. Do you know the stories about our Winco?
I'll go to our Winco, yo. Oh.
No, they were infested with rats, and like half the food on their shelves was expired, and they got shut down by the health department.
Dead people in the pillars.
And that too, but that's outside of where the food is. So that's
you can't even make it.
It's sad when that is the least concerning thing about what's going on in there.
That being said, I think Winco is super cool. It had all those bins with like you get as much gummy per pound.
Great, until you know that there's rats and expired food there.
So I liked it.
Like,
okay,
are they just topping off the bins every time? Is it moldy underneath? Like, I don't trust it. Absolutely not. When you get shut down for multiple days by the health department, so you can take literally everything off of every single shelf to clean it. And I know this because of an employee that worked there, not like hearsay or like somebody said something. There was an employee, so that's why the shelves were empty. Yeah, because they had to throw away all the expired food. This was like maybe a year ago, but yeah, I can't do it. How long till the prices go down? When the bird flu is not an issue, but it's also now like a human got it and did not survive, so it's becoming an issue?
Yes.
So yeah, prices go down in a couple of years. It fluctuates. This happened before a few years ago while we were doing the baking show. Eggs got really pricey, and we had this kind of like,
it happens all the time.
What do we do? It fluctuates here and there, but
it happens through our lifetime
really
of lunch, like
sometimes.
Just here and there. Yes, a Foxy Koala with the member super chat. Want to know how us and the cats are doing? Watch this. Watch this. I can kind of show you because shwonk. There's the cats. And they're chilling and they're doing well, and thank you so much for the super chat, the member super chat.
The member chat. She's been a member for 50 months. Thank you for supporting us, friend. I hope you're doing well.
Yes.
And I hope you're having fun with the animals.
I know. Did you see that picture of the hyena? So cool, like 2 days ago.
No, because the algorithm just shows me whatever it wants, and it's mostly sponsored and suggested, and I don't see anything from people I want to see stuff from.
Yes, I know. Looks like it looks like it's.
Cyber Husky, thank you.
Hi, friend.
I hope you're doing well.
Happy Gilly Juice fish drizzle do gilly.
Oh my god, stop.
Drizzle juice 15.
She has gifted an RFS Dan membership to our channel, which, once again, if you guys don't know, those are assigned completely randomly. She did not choose. We did not choose who it goes to. YouTube randomly assigns it, and this time it went to Ty Spork.
Oh, wow. I didn't know Beanie Babies made a spork. That's rad.
I love sporks.
And
do you know in high
Husky.
school I wore a spork on a necklace? That's how much I love sporks.
I thought you wore Barbie's head on a necklace.
That, too. I wore a lot of necklaces. I made a lot of necklaces to wear.
I'm just a teenage dirtbag.
I was not a dirtbag. Get out of here. This is my show. Get out of here.
Didn't you slap my baby mama in the face?
One time. And I didn't know her or you. Well, I knew her. I didn't know you. I didn't know you were going to have a kid with her a bunch of years later. Get him down, please. Anyway, Cyber Husky sent that in honor of Drizzle's 15th birthday,
Yay.
which was on Wednesday. Happy birthday to Drizzle. And again, hope you're doing well. Beer and Bug with his member super chat says, Topo has stolen Mooch's perch. WTF. Dan got this new cat bed for review, which needs to be washed, but Dan hasn't done his review yet, and I was scared it wasn't going to survive being washed. There's been a rotating
look, I can give you cats again
movement going on here. It's been Topo and Gremlin and Mooch.
Mm-hmm.
No, Laura, none of the postcards have gone out. We're thinking this weekend.
No, this weekend I think we are. Now that I'm back from Vegas and stuff, which you should go watch that video. That one's rad.
Yes, and when you say the New Year's Eve letter, do you mean the postcard? Did you win one of the postcards from the Christmas show?
Yes.
Those haven't gone out either. We put them in the box with the postcards.
Yeah.
Dan went to Vegas, stuff. We'll talk more about what's been going on with us.
All the handwritten stuff will go up by hand, but all the packages and actual physical prizes went out, except for Advance, who got chopped in the machine.
we'll take care of you, friend. No, that is not the heated one. The heated one is in a box under where Topo's at.
And I have the other heated one. It showed up, I think, the day we left. There's a heated...
That's what we're talking about.
The other one?
The heated one.
Okay. Well,
yes.
Okay.
Do you have two heated ones?
That one is a heat trap.
No, that's a self-warming.
That's a self... Okay.
That's different.
Hold on.
The other...
Self-warming.
Self-warming. It means it holds the heat. It's not cooling. It's self-warming.
Yes, logistics.
Versus the one that plugs in and is actually heated, which Mooch is gonna love.
I just did not want to leave it plugged in while I left to Vegas to have it burn down the house without me. Like, fire's really popular right now. So, so I kind of was waiting until I got back to mess with it, but I don't know where it's at now.
Helen says she can't work out how to restart her membership. I go to the link but can't get any further. That happens. It's a YouTube issue. I don't know why. People have had to use a different account sometimes.
You can't use an iPhone. You could do it on Android or a PC. Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go a couple more minutes. They smell really banana-y.
Oh, the fire movers. I know, right, Greg?
Thank you, Beer and Bug. The oven's already on because I have my bananas in there trying to super ripen them. It is 6:30. We need to get started, Dan. This is a long recipe. All right, so we preheated the oven. I gotta put it up to 350 when the bananas are done. We'll spray our pan. Okay, so we're gonna make the streusel first. Dan, I need to food process some walnuts, which is gonna be really loud, so you're gonna want to turn this down. It would burn down more than your house. Greg, you have no idea. Well, you might. I don't know. Mobile homes, modular homes go up like that. 20 years ago, 2 streets over, a kid was playing with matches or a lighter or something and lit the house on fire, and within like 5-10 minutes the house was gone. It went up so quick. So yeah, we're very careful. We have a fire extinguisher and everything. Afriel says, hi. Crystal, you look awesome. Thanks. I feel like I need a nap. All right, let's do this. I need to add the walnuts to my food processor and pulse 3 times, oddly specific. Okay, do you want to go over there so you can turn this down when I'm ready to process my food?
Oh, yeah, sure, no problem.
Thanks, Dan. Can I tell you guys about how Dan changed his profile picture, or his lock screen picture on his phone for what might be the first time ever he has my photo on it. And I'm like, why do I look so happy in that picture? He took a picture of me at one point eating what was the best donut I may have ever had, the Mango Tango donut from Voodoo Donuts. And guys, I don't think I've ever seen myself look so genuinely happy in a photo. Apparently, that's how you make me look genuinely happy. You just put a donut in my hand.
The only way anybody will ever see that photo is after, like Crystal's gone missing, and then it's in the 2020 special.
Is that my picture that's gonna go on the 2020 special?
No, because it's not accurate.
Oh,
there it is.
Not what I...
There it is.
That's
it.
It's fair.
No,
it's totally fair.
It would be like, but you see, she could smile.
If she were smiling, this is what she would look like. Well, if I got like kidnapped, I wouldn't have to go to work or like take care of anybody else, right? So I might be smiling. Just saying. Can walnuts in a Ziploc work if there's no food processor? Absolutely. The walnuts that I buy are, well, this particular one says baking pieces. These are from Trader Joe's. Get them chopped. If you have them whole, that's fine. Just break them as small as you want them. Like, you can... They only need to be chopped as small as you're okay with having them. If you want whole walnut chunks in there, go for it. That's up to you. So yeah, mash them up however you want. Sometimes after I put them in the food processor, they're still big pieces. So walnuts are soft. Just break them with your hand. Whatever you want to do to make them the size that you want. No, I'm not getting kidnapped. Nobody wants me. I'm way too bitchy for anybody to take me. But did Crystal get lost or run away from Dan being in the kitchen? You've been here a while, you know. Just got annoyed and left. I love how the kitty is chilling. Always, always. Are you new here? I don't think I've seen your name before. Yeah, all the cats are just a bunch of lazy asses. Alright, so we're gonna do a half a cup of walnuts, more or less to your preference. It's your ridiculous banana bread. You make it how you want it. Same goes for the chocolate chips, which I need to get out of the refrigerator so they're not too cold. I do use semi-sweet for this because, again, this is an over-the-top banana bread. You've got enough sweet. You can do semi-sweet, but use whatever you want. Terry's gonna kidnap you. She might. That is entirely like you. Likely. Okay, Dan. Guys, we're gonna food process. It's really high-pitched. Dan's gonna turn down the volume. Hold on. We're good? Volume up? Shannon says Lee went back to work at night, so it's weird watching y'all without him. It almost feels like cheating. Aww. I'm sorry, but we'll keep you company. Just the Lesbian says, I'm usually a silent watcher. Fair enough, there's a lot of you guys out there. Our numbers do not reflect the amount of people in the chat, so I appreciate that you're chatting tonight. Every once in a while, a new person pops up, and sometimes it's just the one time, and sometimes they just keep coming back.
A lot of people just watch on like the TV or like on their phone thing while they're doing other stuff.
All right, what are we doing here? Oh, hold on, I did it wrong. This is what happens when I try to be entertaining. Mike Grief wants to know if I would ever do anything for diabetics. I get asked that question quite a lot. We in our household, nobody here is diabetic, so we don't have an issue with that. I don't make those accommodations, but if you are diabetic, you could absolutely look into whatever the substitutions are. I know these days there's a lot of like one-to-one kind of things you can do.
For like sugar stuff?
Yeah, there's like sugar replacements and stuff. So me personally, I would not cook that because everything that we make, like I eat. Dan eats it, and we eat lots of sugar, clearly. But yeah, I don't know anybody like. Well, I know a couple people in my real life who are diabetic, but it's not something that I do.
If I just don't put like sugar in it,
you can't just not put sugar. Baking is a science. You have to have all the ingredients to make it work. But like Jess says, diabetics can take any recipe and use Google to convert it. It's so simple. Yes, you can look for whatever. If you're diabetic, you know a lot more than I do about what is safe and good for you to eat. I work with a guy who's diabetic and he has to check his blood sugar regularly, and he was explaining to me one day how like, you know, depending on what it's at, I can make a decision to eat this, and I know it's going to affect it this much, so then after that I can't eat stuff like that, even if it's not a sugar thing, like French fries or whatever, you know, carbs have sugar in them and stuff. So, yeah, Jess Lesbian says, being a diabetic, I usually substitute, but I have a GCM. I don't know what GCM is. Sorry. But yeah, there's Kevin Parsons says, substitute the sugar for a few different diabetic sugars. Yeah, because it's not a thing, these days with all the things that are available for different types of diets, it's not a thing where you necessarily have to change the entire recipe. You can do a one-to-one substitution with like, I think it's stevia, but see, I don't even know enough. I wouldn't want to make a recipe and then recommend to you like, this is safe for you as a diabetic, because I don't know enough about diabetes. So I hope that answers your questions. I would not do it because I don't want to recommend something that I don't know is going to be safe for you. Christine says, I love walnuts. I love all the nuts so much. Speaking of which, hold on. Pistachio is one of my favorite nuts. You guys, we went to Walmart yesterday, and this Better Goods brand has pistachio salted caramel ice cream. Terry, are you listening? I know you don't have a Walmart near you, but I also know you can eat a pint in one sitting. So next time you go to Walmart, get one of these and just eat it on the ride home, because this pistachio salted caramel, Better Goods, pint of ice cream is freaking amazing. I just want you to know that. Everybody should try it. If you like pistachio, it's really good. And it has lots of caramel. They did not skimp on the caramel. I am and I will. You should. You would love it. CGM is a continuous glucose monitor. Okay, like where it's like embedded or attached to you and like you don't have to like prick your finger. Beer Bug says, I've made cupcakes with Splenda before. The taste wasn't bad, but different. Also kind of gritty. And see, that's the thing. Greg says, do you know what makes banana bread really good? No walnuts. Make yours with no walnuts. You could totally do that. I feel like if you are diabetic, you know what is going to be good and not good. So maybe Splenda's not good, but maybe there's something else. If I made a recipe with it, I'm going to compare it to the stuff using regular sugar, and I might not like it. So how do I give you an accurate review of the recipe if it's a different ingredient than I would normally use? And I might think like, oh, this is a gross recipe, but maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just not used to like the change in the ingredient. I hope that makes sense. I'm not like discriminating. I'm just not educated enough.
We fired our goalie, and then our backup goalie just scored a goal right now. Yay! I think I might have to grab him on my fantasy team again.
Oh, he scored not for himself. He scored.
No, he scored a
nice
goal.
Okay.
Yay!
Wait, Greg says I always do. Sometimes I make what with pineapple? Banana bread with pineapple? That's weird. Lady GD13 bought the ingredients to try a new chocolate chip recipe. My first time using a chocolate bar instead of chocolate chips. We've done that a few times with recipes. If you get a good high quality chocolate, you can tell the difference. Absolutely.
You really can. You can.
I bake a lot, and it's just not in the budget to always use high quality ingredients. So I will do things like use this $2 imitation vanilla from Walmart because you can't really taste the vanilla. I do have better vanilla, but I save that for like a frosting where you're going to taste the vanilla.
Yeah, sometimes our marshmallow fluff styrofoam.
Shut up, that's not true. What's the kitty's name? Which one? There's 9 of them here, Jess. This gray one here is Mooch. The gray and white one is Topo. And that's all you can see right now. If you see another one, let me know, and I'll tell you the name. Also, feel free to go check out RFS Cats on Instagram with the new lesser grid view that looks terrible, and I've carefully curated. It even asks you like how you could pick how your profile, like the picture is gonna look in your preview.
It was like the only reason why we take square pictures.
Thank you.
Like we were.
Oh my gosh. Where's Gremlin? I don't know. Sleeping, hopefully. I see Rizzo sleeping on the couch. Is Gremlin in the basket there? I don't know.
I think he's on top of Blake's bed.
Jess says, I have a Russian blue named Meatball. I kind of love that. I love food names for animals. I don't know that we've ever had a food named animal, but I love food names for animals. She's 6. This is Mooch. He's 17 and a half, and he's still kicking. Have you tried the vanilla I sent you yet? No, not yet, because I don't want too many open ones. Also, I haven't baked too much since the Christmas baking. I think I made one thing. I did christen the mixer way back when, in the beginning of this stream. Liquidium, are you still here? Asked something about the bowl. This is the bowl that came with what is my new mixer. If you guys missed it, this is a brand new KitchenAid mixer. Not my 15-year-old one that was lugging about, just doing all it could to make stuff. You may notice it sounds different when I turn it on tonight. And it came with this, like, I don't know what this is called, but I call it the Moscow Mule bowl because this is how the Moscow Mule cups look. So yeah, yay, it's new. Have you had to clip or trim Gremlin's claws yet? Are the extra toe claws different? Yes, we trim all of our most of our cat's nails. Some of them aren't having it. Some of them like don't want their feet touched at all. But we do as many of them as we can. The extra toe claws are different only in the sense of, so if you guys don't know, Gremlin's a polydactyl. He's got his 4, and then he has his tiny little foot with 3. The 2 feet are different, the tiny feet. One of them, like one of the toes like pushes up weirdly, so that one's easy to get to. But then the next one, the middle one pushes up, the next one pushes down. That's harder to get to. And then the other foot sits regular. It doesn't like push up and down and stuff.
It is time a little bit to have him trim because he hops up on me, and yesterday I was doing something on the desk and he wanted something up high, so he ran up my back and a little scratchy.
I think last time I trimmed him, I did one paw, but I didn't get to the other.
Then he stopped jumping up me because he didn't want. What was the camera? He stopped jumping up me because he couldn't grip on. Yay, my team won. Oh, I can't do nothing with this.
Okay, we need to add to this.
I gotta do this.
A half a cup of flour. Who bought you the new mixer? Dan's mom. Dan's mom, who bought me my original KitchenAid mixer. I came home from work one day 15 years ago, and I opened up the front door, and there was just a KitchenAid mixer sitting there on my front porch.
We were like super poor.
Yeah, like I had a crappy Sunbeam mixer that was like on its last leg. I ended up giving it to my brother, and it broke while he was using it. Like not long after that.
Like it disintegrated in pieces.
Where it holds the thing like fell off, and metal was in everything, and he had to throw it all away. But yeah, I'm sure she's heard me complain. You guys may know I sent my old mixer off to Mr. Mixer, and I was hoping it would come back like new, and it didn't. It didn't really.
And it could have been just beyond like it was.
I waited 15 years to have it maintenance. It might have been too late. I might have screwed it up. It might have needed new parts. I don't know. But it was getting pretty tired, and so I was starting to think like maybe it's time to invest in a new one. I do bake a lot. It is a worthy investment, especially if it's going to last me as long as it does. You know, yeah, they're pricey, but if you break that down over the years, it's not that bad. So I was thinking about it, and then all of a sudden, a brand new red KitchenAid mixer showed up at my house. So thanks, Ma. I don't think she's here yet, but look what he says. I'm here. Kate's still jealous of that bowl. Really? Like, I don't know how I feel about it. It doesn't. I only used it once. It doesn't seem to affect anything.
Blake looked it up today. Why? And he said that in his findings that it does help with the mixing better. So it must promote
like it's textured,
or it must promote speed of liquid going down there. Like it must move around or something.
I don't know what it does. Visually, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. So like, If I had the choice, if I went to buy a mixer and I saw this and the smooth one, I'd probably get the smooth one. You've really thrown me off today. Usually my chat is over here to the left.
Yeah, I'm
today
sorry.
It's to the right, so I keep looking to the right of the camera, but the camera's there, but my
sorry about that. Like
muscle memory is off.
I completely at like 10:30 or so, I completely wiped the hard drive and started reloading everything dangerously close to stream time. So not everything's dialed in. I am on a new camera right now, not quite dialed in, but this might be the answer to not having to buy a new capture card, which was very expensive.
I think I should have used my big food processor for this. We're gonna see how this
Can
goes.
you switch out real quick just before we go on?
I probably should.
You probably should.
Because I have to put another half a cup of brown sugar and then 4 tablespoons of butter. But then it's the whole... I'm going for it. We're going.
Okay, go for it.
Jess says, honestly, this camera looks beautiful.
Does it? Okay, I'm not dialed in, but this is... I was using that G7X, like a real camera. This might take that place. It's easier to set up. It plugs right into USB-C. I don't have to deal with a capture card and 4 other wires and a power source. That was kind of hard. So it might be the new stream camera. So I think this might be a good upgrade. It's got a gimbal on it. If I hold my hand up, which is disabled, it'll follow us completely around. So at some point, I'll be streaming up there, and you guys will be able to like see around the whole thing.
You won't be able to walk off camera. All right.
No.
Distract them.
So at some point that'll happen. But I'm testing this out. I don't have everything set up. Like I said, I was reinstalling Windows midday today. I barely have stuff installed. So I'll have more updates and stuff as, you know, in the next few weeks. It'll start looking clearer and clearer.
Oh, if you guys don't have a food processor, probably not an issue for this.
Oh my gosh, that thing's like starving.
Oh, it's ginormous. Because of things like this, like I couldn't make it. You could probably just... Oh, Jojo, thank you.
Did you not set a banana timer?
Now the liquid's coming out. Nope, I was going to give it like 2 more minutes. Hi, have you met me?
They're black.
They are. So the only reason that the food processor is super handy for this is because you have cubed butter, or like cold butter you're putting in here.
Do you need it on a different temperature than 300?
I do, thank you. 300.
Okay. The view seems sharper than before. Does it? Okay. This might just be it though. It was one cable, like just USB-C, and then I'm done. The camera's like this big. And it's on a little gimbal, which I have disabled, but it swings around, which is fun. Okay, so that might be it.
It'll be okay.
There's a big pile of stuff that might have just replaced, and that's really nice. It does look a lot sharper, does it? Okay, and I don't even have all the settings set, so that's it. Then I might sell that other GX7 Mark II.
Watch out for
I
me.
thought you were just eating stuff.
No, there was like dust in here or something. So again, if you guys are making this and you don't have a food processor, it's probably not going to be an issue. You're just going to have to cut the butter, and we've done that before on here, where you just cut the butter into the dry ingredients here. This is the streusel topping. You just gotta put a little more elbow grease into it, that's all. It's not that big of a deal. This just makes it easier. And since I have it, I'm going to do it, but not even 100% necessary.
Crystal, so far people think the camera's sharper and clearer, which makes me really happy because now we can just replace... Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy. I did not want to have to replace all that stuff. Liquidium, wow, what a flip-flopper. Let me tell you about our friend Liquidium here. Go ahead, you keep talking.
No, clearly you're taking over. Go ahead.
Message Jess to get my credit card taken away after spending too much money on cameras. But yet is now singing the camera's praises. Huh. You know what? You should have to watch for the next week or 2 weeks. You should have to watch the stream with Vaseline in your eyes.
That's evil.
Or if you were, yeah, or on your glasses if you happen to wear glasses, but I had never seen you with glasses.
Okay,
you should
guys.
have to put Vaseline on your eyes. Okay, bye everybody.
Have
Dan's
a
getting
couple
kicked off the
walnuts
show.
that we chopped up. Again, you can do that by hand, not an issue. Walnuts are really soft. You can do whatever you need to do to make them smaller. Half a cup of flour, half a cup of brown sugar, half a tablespoon of cinnamon. This is also a really big recipe, like the pan is big, so usually we're doing like teaspoons. This is a half a tablespoon of cinnamon.
Crystal, you've made a lot of these. How many of these have you made? Because you make these for breakfast
This
all
banana
the
bread,
time.
I've made this at least like a dozen times.
Yes, it's great.
Everybody loves it. And again, it's ridiculously over the top, but it's delicious and amazing. Greg chops his walnuts in the disposal. I see what you did there. All right, and then 4 tablespoons of cold butter. That's still in the fridge. Which is sensing cream cheese will be used, yeah. The cream cheese is still boxed up. There's also sour cream. If you guys are making this, make sure you prep. Take your butter out ahead of time. Take your cream cheese out ahead of time. Take your eggs out ahead of time, and take your sour cream out ahead of time because it wants it all at room temperature.
Butter, at least a few hours. I took the butter out when you left.
Depends on the temperature in your house, but yeah.
I took the butter
Yeah,
out.
if
I
you
took
want
the
it
butter
soft.
out like at 2 for a 6 o'clock show.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's a little chilly. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna pulse this a few times to combine it.
Oh wait, okay. I'm gonna turn down the volume. Tell me when.
When?
Okay.
My brown sugar got a little clumpy in here.
Oh, I'm excited about the camera. I'm excited I don't have to sync audio anymore.
Oh yeah? We don't have to set it to 900 anymore?
No, we don't have to do anything like that.
Hooray. Isn't butter meant to be cold when making pastry? Depends on what you're making. This is the streusel, so it's cold for this. We're not making a pastry, we're making a bread. Like a coffee cake kind of banana bread thing. So it has to be softened for that.
There's filters. Crystal, later we should put makeup on this.
Okay.
Ooh.
And this is how you can tell cats are in a baking household. They don't run from the food processor. Absolutely. They're used to that. And in the morning, like I said, I make smoothies every morning. They don't run from the blender. Some of them will get, like, they sit where Topo's at a lot of times in the morning. And some of them will, like, run off, like, oh, I don't want to be right next to this. But they're not scared of it. Jojo wants to know where I found this recipe. Probably Pinterest. That's where I find most of my recipes. If you guys aren't already and you have a Pinterest account, go follow Getting Baked with Crystal on Pinterest. All the recipes are on there.
There's probably links in the description.
Oh yeah, did Dan make that happen?
There could be. Also, I am using still the podcast mics.
It is linked on, if you go to the community page here, the community tab, I hope Dan reposted it there. Did you post it this week?
What's that?
The recipe? I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. I don't know whether you posted it or not.
No, I think I sent it to
Facebook
April.
and Instagram also has it. But yeah, Getting Baked with Crystal on Pinterest. There's a board on there. There's a few different boards like tips and tricks and stuff. And there's a board on there for recipes I've made on the show. And this is on there. It'll be the top one because I'm making it now. I highly recommend Pinterest as like a bulletin board for recipes that you like. Cheryl says, OMG, I almost forgot your scrumptious yummy cake dessert tonight. You're not going to want to miss this one. I must be on ignore or something. Only some of my messages are coming through. Silly YouTube. We did not do anything to you.
Unless you threw out a bunch of swear words at my beautiful comments. Oh my gosh, my sweet comments. Or maybe you can't see what the Vaseline is.
Hannah said, did I get ignored? Par for the course. What did you say, Hannah? I don't know if oh!
Hey!
Hannah with her member
it's only
super chat. It's huge and green. It's like 4 inches tall.
It's only this big on our screen.
Sorry, Hannah.
It just went off.
I might be sensory
Also, we
overloaded.
had a stupid goal button that it's trying to make us start a goal for you guys to give us money for something, and it won't like go away. It's taking up this much of your chat. Okay.
Yes.
Excuses over.
Hannah with her member super chat. Thank you so much, friend. Appreciate you. I'm sorry that we ignored you. Says, I've been in full-blown sensory overload the last 24 hours. I want to scream and cry and laugh maniacally. Hi. We went to Walmart last night, and while I was standing in line, I turned to Dan and said, like, it is so overstimulating in here. There's music, and there's, like, so much product everywhere, and then there's people and kids screaming, and the line was so long. The cashier was like, bloop. She was really nice. Like, she was friendly and stuff when we got up there and it was our turn. She was nice enough. No sense of urgency with the line of, like, 10 people back. Just, like...
In fact, like, I don't, like, you have to almost try hard to go that slow.
I could not live my life like that.
Oh, yeah.
So I feel you because I try not to leave my house very much.
I had sensory overload at CES, but, like, it made me all like,
Yeah,
okay,
you get excited by sensory.
I can go.
Look, it's 6:50 and I'm still on step 1. We're going to be here all damn day. Okay, turn it down. We're going to turn it down so I can use the food. The recipe itself actually does say you can combine it in a bowl and cut the butter by hand. Set aside in the refrigerator. So we want the butter to like kind of clump up a little bit again, I guess. And this, you're gonna get it to like as much of like a sand type texture as you can. Just says she came home and was reminded that outside of the house is way more fun than being stuck inside. We are clearly 2 different kinds of people. Very clearly. Oh, I still have a clump of butter. Took my blade out. Hold on. I would rather have sensory overload to fuel my brain. Not me. It's too much, and I like can't think, and I'm with Hannah. Like I want to like laugh and cry. Basically, anytime I leave my house now, I come home and I'm grumpy and can't tolerate any kind of sensory input. Even just like going to work kind of does that to me. I usually tend to come home and like sit on the couch for a little while. I play my Wordle. And I do my dailies on my stupid little phone games I play. Crystal has resting cashier face. Sir, that's resting bitch face. It's just how I look. I was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. I'm just trying to get the bigger chunks. I already took my blade out of here, and it was going to be too much trouble to get all this out and back in. So, this is how you would do it if you didn't have a food processor, is just to mash it with a fork or a pastry cutter. Greg, I could probably do like out in the woods outside because that's not overstimulating. It's all the people and the noise and the buy this and do that and the screaming children and it's too much for me. Dang, Dan has like completely left. I didn't kick you out, I just needed to move on with the show. Alright, so this is gonna go in the fridge until we're ready to use it. Somewhere in the fridge. Hi, Mooch! You're back! Okay. So that is made. The next step is going to be our dry ingredients. So we're going to make our actual cake batter now. Flour, baking powder, baking soda, salt, and cinnamon. So 2 1/4 cups of flour. It's so quiet without you over here.
Should have thought of that.
Oh. You give her Dan's feelings. No, sir. It's baking time. He didn't come back.
No thanks.
Oh.
There's nothing that I could say that'll help you make your recipe faster.
Alright, so it's 2 1/4 cups of flour, and then we're going to do 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking powder and baking soda. I'd rather have you over here than make it faster, though. It's awkward when it's just me by myself.
Should have thought of that.
Oh my god. You're such a girl. Oh my gosh. I don't know what button Mooch pressed, but the computer's restarting. Mooch decided to slow down the recipe. I know, I'm always kicking him out. This time he took offense. His feelings hurt. Jess said, yeah, there is. You can stand there and say, go faster, hurry up, you got this, move faster. See, she's encouraging. Jess, you want to come over?
I got kicked out for that.
That's not what you got kicked out for.
If you want to hear me talk, go watch my members video.
Ugh.
Should have thought of that. Should have been nicer today.
Oh my gosh. The computer hasn't been off in so long, it's now working on updates.
Is it trying to force you to Windows 11?
I don't know what it's doing. Mooch walked across it and now it's updating.
Do I go to Windows 11 yet? When I was reloading, it really is trying to push me to Windows 11, but like I don't want to jump yet until it's the right time. Well, I wasn't gonna jump.
Right time.
No, not today when we have a stream in like
Absolutely not.
a few hours.
Okay, I do know it's a teaspoon of
Dad,
cinnamon.
do you need a hug? Maybe I do.
Aww.
Aww.
Now do you feel better?
Sure. I don't know. I just love you guys. I have Windows 11 on my computers. It has given me no issues. Okay. I'll look to make sure that my video editing program's stable and that more importantly, that iRacing is stable. Because if I can't, race with John
Liquidium
Carl.
said Windows 10 goes to end of life in October.
It does, huh?
Alright, so I had to refer to my recipe card on Instagram. It's a teaspoon of cinnamon and then a teaspoon of salt. And I don't have any more teaspoons, so we're at 1/2 teaspoon.
Those bananas look so bad.
I did overcook them a little. They'll be fine. That's just the peel that looks that bad. And that's what happens when you put them in the oven. They turn like super black.
Then that Lenovo Yoga, which I love, that was so good. It's been around for, oh my gosh, Dantix will be 5 years tomorrow, so 6, 7 years, maybe
it's
7.
It's a little tired.
It's getting a little tired, not physically at all. The shell is perfect. It's slowing down because of the heaps of operating system updates.
It works really well for just like, I put the recipe on there and scroll through it. While you were gone at one point, I had to make an invoice for the screen printing stuff I help out with, and it was the fact that it's only this big, like it's tablet sized, and like trying to go back and forth between windows and tabs and stuff, it was choking just a little bit. It was definitely slower than our main laptop. Just feed Dan a tray of burgers, he'll be as happy as a pig in poo.
That's true.
Okay, so there's our dry ingredients. We're gonna set that aside.
None of the bulk TikToker things are working. Ugh. Should we screen record? We can screen record in OBS and just screen record them all. Ugh.
Oh my gosh, it's still updating over here. Okay, let me pull up the full recipe on here.
Dan's mad at me not looking at his text. Well, yeah, I'll be the judge of that. What are you doing? Oh,
I'm trying to pull the recipe up since I can't do it on here.
I love this little yoga thing. It like folded back and everything.
I don't even know what did he possibly step on the keyboard that he shut it off.
Any kind of
said it was restarting.
Any kind of restart or anything, it was gonna do it with an update. So he could have just stepped on. I don't know, because the power button's on the side.
Okay, so we're gonna beat the butter and the sugar until fluffy on medium-high speed. So it's a stick of butter and 1.5 cups of sugar.
Hold on, I'll get back to your text. Damn it. Yes, SSDs are definitely the way to go. You'll see an improvement too in how fast your game's
loading. Should choose Dan?
I have 900 videos, Dan. Jeez, that's a lot then. Oh my gosh. Has Dan had his dinner? I have. She hasn't. This isn't This is still.
It's fine. I've got it on my phone for now.
Yes. All right. Let's see what Liquidium wanted.
He said he used to have a yoga and loved that laptop. Yeah, it's worked really well. Oh, we're almost back.
Liquidium wanted to know if it was all Liquidium wanted to know if it was a Crystal approved purchase. I went fast because the
the camera? Absolutely not.
The free prize, it was a good price too. The free prize was already like gone, and then I convinced like the very polite guy to send me one, and it came overnight from Shenzhen, China. Dude, slow down. Like I get it. Like we're cool, bro. It didn't have to come overnight, but I appreciate it.
It almost got here faster than you did.
It flew here on whatever drones hanging out over the river, and it came in the next day. Like it almost beat me home.
Also, Liquidium, have you not learned yet? Most of Dan's purchases are not Crystal approved. He tends to ask for forgiveness, not permission.
You know who I learned that from?
Tell me.
I don't know.
Who are you gonna talk crap about?
It's doing stuff.
Okay, well, back to this.
Give it a second.
Okay, and then a stick of softened butter.
What are you doing up there, Topo?
Wait, did I do 2 or 3? I didn't and then I don't know how many I did. Damn it.
Uh-oh. Now. Oh.
It's the only thing I put in there, so I can just start over.
Oh, okay. I like that. That works. That works.
Baking while distracted.
Okay.
Because I always forgive myself for buying something. Liquidium, I don't recommend it. Sometimes he gets in trouble. Sometimes he has to return things. Sometimes we discuss the logistics about whether that was the right purchase or not. Whether it's because of price or like he didn't do enough research. You know, Dan's bought me like 3 Kindles. 2 or 3?
It's 2 Kindles and an iPad.
And an iPad, and I made him return them all. 2. Yeah, I don't want to read on anything that seems silly to say. I don't want to read on anything that big. When I read on a digital device, it's usually when I'm in bed trying to fall asleep.
You do it on your phone just fine.
I read on my phone, and that's the thing. Like, I don't need a whole nother device.
The Kindles are really cool looking, though.
Absolutely. But I have the Kindle app on my phone, and it does the same thing, and I have the pop socket, so I don't drop it on my face. I could just see myself just like dropping the Kindle on my face.
It's too light. It would fall like when the guy would.
What's the guy doing?
When he would pull the paper out of the typewriter at the end of the show. It's so light. Greg has one. It looks crazy. It almost looks like paper. It's crazy. I think he reads romance novels on there, but it's okay. It's still cool.
I have nothing against them.
It's
just not for me.
Right. So, I don't know if when we do replace that, if there's going to be replaced by like a tablet or a Surface Pro 3. But we have a laptop that works still really well. The battery I think might be dying, but the laptop works just fine.
Now, Hannah says, have you seen those Kindle stands? No, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but again, I lay in bed, so like I'd have to hold this thing with 2 hands. And Dan likes for me to rub his back, so I hold my phone with one hand, and then I rub.
And I got a big back too, so it's a lot of rubbing.
And then I also have like cats and stuff, so I'd be like this, and then Dan would be crying, and it's not practical for me and how I read. Okay, listen to how different this sounds. I don't know if you can tell the difference just like by itself, but we put the two next to each other, and you can definitely tell the difference in how it sounds.
What's up, Bones?
They have ones that you can use in bed, but not the way that I use it. See, like, and sometimes I roll on my side, and then I'm reading like this, and again, I'd have to hold this thing up, and it wouldn't work.
The reading doesn't.
It's not for
The
me.
reading happens for 5 to 7 minutes.
Yes, just enough to get me tired.
Yeah,
Sometimes if I'm really into the book a little longer.
And then she straps in.
Why isn't it squealing, right? Not only that, look, right now it's on stir. Now it's on 2 and it makes a different noise. The old one didn't do that.
But
It was
Crystal,
the same noise on both.
It's so visually naked.
It is. I do need to put stickers on it. I was looking on Etsy for some new stickers. In addition to, I have my Getting Baked with Crystal sticker and my Let's Bake Shit sticker.
You gonna get some flames on it?
I also need to dig out my Turtle Lane sheet of stickers because there was a Turtle Lane sticker on it.
You should, since they last 15 years, you should go get it airbrushed.
No, probably not.
Isn't airbrushing back? Remember when airbrushing was so popular?
Okay, 3 minutes.
Has any of you in the audience from ages, whatever, 0 to like 27, ever had anything airbrushed in your
At the
life
fair.
or anywhere?
Alright, bear with me. I'm just pulling my recipe back up after Mooch decided to restart my computer. Alright, so this needs to go a little bit higher. Jojo says, I have a white mixer. I want stickers for mine. Get stickers. Look on Etsy. Look for, like, mixer stickers. KitchenAid mixers. Even if it's not KitchenAid. Mixer stickers, whatever. There's a lot on there. There's one that, like, it goes right here above the metal strip. And it's a cat, like, peeking over the top. I'm leaning towards that one, but I have to kind of plan out where things are going to go on it. They're not that expensive, though. People, like, have Cricuts and just, like, cut the stickers. Hannah said she could send you a photo of her in an airbrush shirt right now. I don't know that I ever had an airbrush shirt, but do you remember those like pixelated photos you'd get? We had a banner, me and my Aunt Terry went to somewhere at some point and we had a banner with like the pixelated photo and I think like the writing around it might have been...
No, I don't recall that. Can I have an example?
I just gave you one.
No, like a visual example?
I'm gonna try.
I don't know.
I don't know, like, I don't even know what I would look for to find what that is. Maybe put in 80s with it. Because I was probably like 3 or 4 years old. My mom probably still has it, honestly. Okay, I do have to scrape the bottom a little bit. I might have to adjust this to make it reach a little closer to the bottom. My little dime test hasn't been done yet. Like I said, I've only used it once. I don't even remember what I made pistachio muffins. I'm struggling a little bit with how to get this on there because it comes out so easily now. My other one did not. It was a lot harder to get the paddle attachment off of there.
Like, this one just needs to be broken in a little bit?
Maybe. John wants to know when he gets his hair done and waits until it's windy and sticks his head out the window, is that airbrushed?
It is.
He says yes. Alright, so we're just getting this fluffy, I guess. Hi, Mr. Danielle. How you doing? Afriel, thank you. If you guys have not hit the thumbs up and you are entertained, please hit thumbs up. Live tomorrow at 4 with Ugantics. I made 4 new categories of questions for you guys.
5-year anniversary.
What's that?
5-year anniversary.
Oh, it's the 5-year anniversary of Ugantics? It is, because it's Terry's birthday, and the very first time you did it was the weekend I was at Terry's house in Arizona for her birthday.
Terry, you're 5 years older.
Aww.
Aww.
That was so long ago. Whoa. I must have spilled some sugar or something on the ground, because it was slippery. Mr. Danny Dell is going down the rabbit hole making breads. Have you ever done sourdough? I have not. And when the pandemic started and sourdough was all the rage, Dan's like, let's do sourdough. And so we did look into it, and he was like, yeah, that's too much work.
I love
Also,
sourdough.
I don't like sourdough at all. Like, not even a little bit. It tastes like it's gone bad. So only Dan and Blake would eat it, and I would go through all this effort because Dan's not. That's the thing. Dan was gonna do it, and then when I showed him what it entailed, he was like, "Absolutely not." Anna knows what I'm talking about. Yes, it was like a felt type fabric, and it was like not soft in any way at all, and it would be like a pixelated photo, like think halftones, Dan,
Yeah.
like printed with dots.
Okay. But
and,
no, I haven't seen that.
And then I think around the edges was airbrushed. No, it is not my jam, Mr. Danny Dell. I think the very first time I ever remember having sourdough, my family went on a trip to San Francisco. We drove up to San Francisco, and we stayed in a hotel. We were all excited because we were going to have a view of the Golden Gate Bridge. Super foggy, couldn't see anything. Par for the course for San Francisco. There was a little like deli across the street, and we went over there and we got like sandwiches or something, and we got it on sourdough because that's what you do in San Francisco. I guess it's like popular there. And I ate it and was absolutely disgusted by the fact that like this is what you guys think is good. This is disgusting. It tastes bad.
I just bought a loaf today.
You did?
It's so good.
I won't eat any of it. I can't. I'm not a fan at all.
Oh.
Okay, so to this we are going to add eggs, one at a time, being just until the yellow disappears after each egg. Hannah says, you know what doesn't mix with sensory overload? An itchy tattoo. I bet. My brother got his first tattoo, I think last year, and we've always talked about getting Bart and Lisa Simpson, like, not matching, but, like, coordinating tattoos from the episode where one of them's just gonna punch, and if you get hit, then it's your fault, and the other one's just gonna kick, and if you get hit, it's your fault. And we've always talked about that. I am now of the belief that I'm probably allergic to tattoos, because I'm allergic to freaking everything, and I'm afraid I would have some sort of allergic reaction to the ink, and my body would push it out.
Right. Dude, Hannah got like a sleeve now.
It's beautiful.
It's like steel magnolias. Hannah, what would it take for you to get a tribal tattoo? Remember when tribal tattoo? Did you have any boyfriends? No. Was it here? Was it barbed wire, or was it more like tribal-y thing? Were you there for it?
No, he had it when we met. Also, it was really poorly done.
How did
the lines
you
were not very straight, and you know how solid black tattoos, if they're not done well, they get like blotchy spots.
And then, but you were still like, that's it right there. Frosty tips and.
How do you know you had frosted tips?
Because it's everybody did.
Look, man.
I paid $100 for
I was
frosted.
coming out of a 5-year relationship where my boyfriend treated me really terribly, and he paid me attention. He was really nice until he wasn't. If it makes you feel any better, then he went to jail.
I paid $100 for frosty tips once.
Did you really? I never had frosted tips. I always just did my own hair.
Tribal tattoo.
Somewhere, I bet
This
you,
is a new story.
I keep all my old photos, so I bet you, as we're working on cleaning out, like, the back bedroom closets and stuff, I bet you there is a picture of him and you can see his frosted tips and his tribal tattoo.
I'm so old that, like, some of my friends have tattoos around their belly button and tattoos right here before it was more of a girl thing later on. But
like guy friends?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, of like this is just where you got it before it was like really popular to get it there or around
Terry
the belly
has a
button.
tattoo around her belly button and it's leaves and it's like in the shape of a C, and I was with her when she got it, so she will tell you. We will tell the story about how that's the crystal tattoo. It's a C for crystal. Nanda has the tramp stamp.
Oh, you said it, not me.
That's what they're called, right?
I know we're like, you can do anything you want, but I feel like our angst might be gone for tattoos. No tattoos.
I don't think angst is the word you're looking for.
But the energy to have a tattoo.
Right. I part of me still kind of wants one because I want something like symbolic, but again, I'm really legitimately concerned that I would be allergic to it.
You could just have them do a small tattoo, like an allergy tattoo test.
Can you just make like a little line? I just want to see if I'm gonna reject it. Okay, so to this, again, really big recipe, we're gonna add a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And the other flavors are so overwhelming, I'm just using the cheap vanilla, not the high quality stuff. You're not going to taste the vanilla over the banana and the chocolate and the walnut and the cream cheese and everything else.
Christine had an ex with a tribal tattoo. Somehow I avoided all tattoos and I avoided the tribal tattoo. First of all, I don't have the arm for it. It's just the same size, no matter what I do. Also, like, I did have hockey pants, and for a while, our hockey team, we printed, like, tribal prints. You've seen those patterns. And that was good enough for the tribal print.
There's just, like, water falling out of it.
But, like, I didn't, like, own the pickup truck to have the tribal tattoo.
Oh, he didn't have a car. He drove his mama's minivan.
Wow,
he was a winner.
Anything goes, Crystal, huh?
Look, coming out of a 5-year relationship, and he was nice to me.
Let's recap. Minivan. Mom's
lived with his parents.
Still could be under, like, warranty. A tribal tattoo, frosted tips.
Can I tell you, this is also the
probably
boy,
bad teeth.
We were driving down Sierra Highway one time, and he was getting real sassy with me, and he called me a bitch, and I pulled over, and I said, get the F out of my car, and I left him on Sierra Highway.
There's nothing for, like, a 4-mile gap there. There's not even, like, really streetlights back then.
It was the middle of the day, I'll give you that. Like, it wasn't at night, but, yeah, don't piss me off when I'm driving. I will kick you out of my car. No shame at all.
Barefooted, everything.
Don't care.
And off you go.
It did not even occur to me, like, what was going to happen. I did not care. Like, you don't sass me in my own car.
I sass you all the time.
That's different. You know, he was getting, like, mean. This was towards the end of our relationship, and we should have broken up, like, well before this.
When he got out of the car, do you remember this? And he slammed the door.
Let's clarify. It was the Mustang, so when he slammed the door, like, that was solid metal slamming.
Did he say anything, like, what was the quip on the way out? Was it? Like,
don't remember. This was 25 years ago. I just remember that I kicked him out and did not care. And then he walked to our friend's house miles away, and the friend ended up calling me like, what happened? And I was like, don't piss me off when I'm driving.
How old are you? Like 22, 21? Yeah.
It was before I met you, so yeah, 20,
sassy
21,
Crystal.
I think it was when I dated him. Absolutely. I was at the point where, again, coming out of a 5-year relationship, where he was, like, he came from a good family and was, like, respectful in a lot of ways, but, like, in our relationship, it was not a good thing. Like,
but all of us have had, like, 2 relationships by then. Like,
right. And I'm a long-term relationship kind of person. So
until you kicked him out on Sierra Highway.
Different guy, but yes. Yeah, and then,
Mooch is very much watching the bowl.
Let's call him trashy. Like, he was a different level of, like, he was just rude. Like,
I've never been kicked out of my girlfriend's cars ever.
I doubt you ever treated a girlfriend the way this guy treated me, so he earned it.
I was pretty, like...
He earned that kick out on Sierra Highway, did not care.
I was pretty
like,
nice.
in the dirt. It wasn't like I kicked him out in a parking lot. Like, I just pulled off to the side of Sierra Highway. I think there's more sidewalks there now, but no.
Sierra Highway sounds exactly like you think it sounds.
It's not a full-on highway, but it is like 2 lanes each way, 55 miles an hour. Don't care. It's like littered with like liquor stores and like...
and ladies of the night.
By the hour motels. Oh yeah, he was really dumb. The only good thing that came out of it was his sister was my best friend for years, and we went to rave parties and had like some of the most fun I've ever had in my life. So that part was good. He was trash. Probably still trash, honestly. Like I said, he went to jail after that for quite a while. I don't even know what he did, but yeah.
There was one vlog where Crystal was driving your Jeep and left you on the side of the road. Was that?
Oh, I did.
Was that you or was that Terry?
Nope, it was me. When we were driving, I think back from Nanda's house or like out that way. I think maybe Terry was in the car.
We were coming back from maybe
Charlie Brown's or something.
Charlie Brown's one time, and you guys left me for a little.
I think you were driving and I was complaining about your driving, and you were like, "Do you want to drive?"
It's so hard to drive with Crystal. She does roller coasters the whole time. It's like we're still in the driveway.
You do the same thing when
I don't.
I'm driving you.
I don't, but it's so crazy. And then one time I was like, you drive, and I put it in park, and I think you drove. And then
I was like, bye.
I think I got out of the car to go to the passenger seat, and Crystal's like, watched it, and popped over. Why didn't I, because this is how often I fight with anybody. I get out and go around.
Dan did not have siblings his age that he screwed with.
You hopped over.
Which I always do when we trade. Like, I don't get out and run around the car. I will slide across to the driver's seat.
And then off, and it was out there too.
Oh, sorry, you want to turn that down?
Oh yeah, okay, I'll go turn that down.
Yes, from Charlie. I don't know if this is enough. needs to be a cup. Yeah, Hannah is confirming. Terry was with us and we were driving back from Charlie Brown's.
That was so fun. I was running until I was done running.
Terry had to clean up the kitchen and make pizza. Terry, we were talking about the time we went to Charlie Brown's, me and you and Dan, and then remember I was complaining about Dan's driving, and he said, do you want to drive? And then he got out and I slid over and then we drove away. Like me and you drove away. Yeah, I did eventually let him back in. The old boyfriend, Terry knows. Terry, remember Mike?
No.
We were talking a bunch of crap about Mike.
Where did you guys live at the time? Like what streets?
Who?
When you kicked him out on Sierra?
Oh, I lived here. But we were...
That's a 20-minute walk.
He didn't come back here. He knew better than to come back here.
No, that's not a 20-minute walk.
No,
It's a 20-minute drive.
He went to our friend's house on K and maybe like
Gadsden?
5th East.
Okay. Oh, you stink. Oh.
Maybe J? Might have been J.
Oh, okay. So that was a lot of walking. Terry says, yes, I do.
Not my problem. Don't piss me off when I'm driving. Terry, I don't know if you remember that he pissed me off when I was driving and I kicked him out on Sierra Highway. That's what led into the kick Dan out of the car story. I might have cooked these bananas a little bit too long. Thank you to whoever it was who reminded me.
The bananas smell good, but they look
worse.
gross.
Well, that'll be fine. Did you grow up in the house you're in now? This house, my mom moved into it when I graduated high school, so I was 16, like a month from 17, and I lived here for a few years, but like late teen, early 20 years, I didn't hang out here a lot. Like
anytime
my
you
stuff
could
was
like
here.
live at a boyfriend's house, you were like, I'm out.
Mike's sister, Kylie, that I was friends with for years, I was at her house a lot. I would like stay at anybody else's house, just like go have fun and live my life and do the things. And then I met Dan, and Dan and I moved into an apartment for a year, and then they raised the rates and it was full of roaches. Like the whole apartment complex had roaches, and they were like, it's water beetles, don't worry about it. And I was like, we need the hell out of here. So my brother had moved out of here, and it's a 3-bedroom house, so we moved in with my mom. When my dad passed away, she got his house. So she moved into his house, and then we took over this house. So my mom owns this house outright too, paid off and everything. And so
both houses, right?
She's one payment away from paying off that house.
That's awesome,
yeah.
Especially out here in the Antelope Valley.
Yes, but wait, they bought it in 1984 for like $83,000.
And now,
Let's point that out.
you can put like a 4 in front of it.
It's worth at least $400,000.
least.
Probably closer because she just redid the kitchen and one of the bathrooms. Probably closer to $500,000.
So fun. I love that.
Can you mute it again? I need to do one more banana.
All right, on my way.
We're gonna mute it so we can do this. Okay, it wants a cup of bananas, so I might have to do it one more time. There's not enough in here to like process it or whatever.
So like Blake right now, I don't know what you mean about that, but I'm gonna answer that
living
question.
at home.
So like Blake right now is playing Pokemon. He had a first round buy. It's new Pokemon Day. These $50 boxes are going for $120 to $150, and he's at Pokemon Day.
I need
so
you to mute it again.
that's what Blake right now is.
I think she meant like Blake right now, like living at home and like not being there much.
Yeah,
but Blake spends a lot of time at his mom's house right now because they have a bunch of cats over there, and
which is 2 miles, literally 2 miles?
It's like a
We
5-minute drive away,
but it's like 2 miles away at most.
But like they don't want to take care of the cats, so he's there so he can take care of the cats. So he comes here like on the regular, but yeah, he's out living his life.
He was gone for a month.
Blake's bedroom is my bedroom when I was his age, I guess. Yes. That's the bedroom I moved into at 16, which is a really big bedroom, and Terry can vouch for this. I moved my stuff into that bedroom, and I was like, there's not enough stuff in here. I should get a couch. And then I think my brother called me and said, hey, this thrift store in Palmdale right now has this burgundy velvet sofa bed for $20. And I was like, I'm on it. And so Me and my boyfriend at the time hopped into his mom's Bronco and drove out to Palmdale, and I paid $20, maybe even less. I think it was like 25% off day or something.
It had the red tag.
Absolutely. And I bought this sofa bed, and I kid you not, do you remember the Volkswagen commercial? And they put the stinky chair in the back of the Volkswagen. It was da-da-da-da. Remember that? And then they were like, oh, it stinks. And so they left it on the side of the road.
Right.
When we were driving home, that song came on the radio because it was still like that time when that song was relevant. But the couch did not stink. The couch was clean. It was great. Terry slept on that couch a bajillion times. My bedroom was big enough that on one side I had like my bed and my nightstand and my dresser. And on the other side I had a couch and a coffee table. So it was like a little studio apartment. And yeah, we had lots of fun in there. This is not quite enough banana. It wants a cup, and I have like 3/4 of a cup. Yeah, so that is Blake's bedroom right now, which we have repainted it and stuff. It's all Blakeified, except for the closet doors that I painted the Sublime logo and the Less Than Jake logo on.
Always will just stay like that.
Yeah.
But Blake's around all the time. So he was gone for a month, but he was mine out in Colorado, but now he's back. So we hung around the other day.
Oh yeah,
day.
and Colorado.
Today he stopped by. Right now, like I said, he's at Pokemon night, so he was here and stuff. But I do have all his Pokemon boxes. Crystal.
You need banana extract. No, I got bananas. I extracted my own bananas. Damn it. Okay, I gotta go back in the food processor because I can't deal with the chunky bananas. That's a texture thing in my bread that I'm not gonna be okay with. His room is 3D printing, yes. Yeah, as much as I had like a couch and a coffee table in there, he's just got a dresser and 2 desks covered with computers and 3D printers. And then his bed and nightstand and a IKEA cabinet.
Crystal, I have...
Oh my god, don't put them over here. You're gonna make them not mint anymore.
These stupid things are bricks of gold right now. Crystal.
Yes,
You guys want to buy one? I'll auction one off. Blake's not here. I'll auction one off.
Oh my god.
Do you want me to
I need you to turn it down again. Do you want a half a banana?
No, because like I watched you just like burn bananas.
It's a good banana. It's still really firm.
I'm turned off by bananas right now because I watched you like scorch them to rottenness. So
This
visually,
whole kitchen just like smells like all banana right now. Just eat it, Dan. Don't waste it. No, don't do it like that.
I saw you.
You know, I've been at this for an hour and a half, and we're nowhere near done. Hannah says her store there only got 2 of those.
Well, we have like 10 of them.
We have more than your store.
Right.
Blake's really into Pokemon right now. You know, I'm really annoyed. Do you remember when Blake was like 8, 9, 10 and he was really into Pokemon and it was so hard to find Pokemon anything and it wasn't even as easy to buy stuff online. Like there weren't as many options online as there are now. And, we got a lot of Pokemon stuff from our friend Ghosh in Japan, but it was so hard to find Pokemon stuff. When we were at Walmart last night, you can get Pokemon Valentines and like little Pokemon figures for Valentine's,
right?
Like Valentine's themed.
You can get lots of Pokemon tchotchkes, which you can't get because it's an adult game now. Pokemon cards. Yes. You can't, but you gotta come to the Dan Mega and Blake. This is all Blake. This is all Blake. Not having to go take a job at Subway or McDonald's, which is just fine. He is learning the ropes.
He's scalping?
By scalping, flipping, doing 3D printing, buying, reselling.
He definitely, and I kind of love it, has this like gig mentality.
That I don't have.
Do little things here and there to make money here and there instead of going and having like an 8 to 5 job.
Where he got that from, maybe us encouraging him of like, dude, the secret to happiness is to like be in charge, even if you don't make much money. Be in charge of your own destiny. I don't know where he gets that from. He doesn't come from a line of any of that stuff, but boy is he a grabber, a flipper. He had like Makita tools that he got for super cheap, and people were coming to the house and cashing them out for these like tools that he's making double on.
He still sells them at like cheaper than if you went to the store,
and still makes
way more than he
50 on it.
Got them for.
Yeah, so
He's got it made right now.
He's got it made.
Last forever.
No, but
okay, so
it's
next
crazy.
step, we're adding our dry ingredients. Excuse me, I have to get to this side.
Okay, okie dokie. They're using them for league night. Hannah out here, they're $150 to pop at the stores just because of the demands. It's crazy. It's fun to watch Blake live that life. Is this still ingredients? What layer is this?
We're still making the cake, and then we have to make the cream cheese part. It's funny because Blake had Pokemon cards as a kid, never played Pokemon, but now he's into playing Pokemon.
And those cards are all worth a bunch of grip
Yes,
money.
he was showing me like the cards he has from a kid, and he's like, man, I used to have this one card and I took it to school and traded it. Like, he still remembers that.
One
and
card.
Money.
One time, he was really into Lego minifigs, and we got him such expensive Lego minifigs from
I hunted down the one he wanted, so we didn't have to buy like the $200 set.
Is Greg
we paid
here?
$20 for the one minifig. I don't remember which minifig it was, and he took it to school and lost it.
Oh, it was like, Greg, it was like the minifig of the Red Royal Guard. You know how there was only like 2 Red Royal Guards when we were kids? Like standing there? And it was like that, and I know I'm wrong. It like only came with like the Death Star set. We paid so much money for that, and like a couple other ones. And then like he traded it for some sort of like gem dude that was just like a non-IP figure. Oh, that was a brutal one. He don't forget that, but it's okay. I've done some bad moves. I might have given all my Michael Jordan and Magic Johnson cards to somebody to hold for me for safekeeping. Gone. Oh. And my last ex-girlfriend, who owns now my Wayne Gretzky autograph stick with certificate authenticity.
Wait, isn't she dead?
Yeah.
You didn't get that back?
I think they buried her with it.
She probably gave it to her next boyfriend. My last boyfriend tried to give me his last girlfriend's clothes, and I was like, no, dude, I'm good. You could, like, reach out to her and see if she wants her clothes back.
Did it fit?
I don't even remember. I just thought that was weird. He also would like buy me clothes that were not my style at all. Like he was trying to make me into something that I wasn't. There was lots of reasons why he was my ex.
Oh, good God. So, Crystal, I know that you won't watch any of the videos of any of the stuff that I do because, like, we lived a life. But there was a 40-minute video, in case you guys don't know,
That's what I heard.
Of my adventures. And, okay, so... Oh, my mom's here. Hi, Mom. Hi, kids and everyone. The banana bread sounds yummy. It is
it's
yummy.
Insane. It's beyond yummy. Like, a good banana bread is one thing. This is so over the top ridiculous. I don't know who thought of this recipe, but...
Every time you cut a piece, it's so thick.
It is. It's very big.
So usually when you make this, it takes a lot of hours to make. What are you doing? You're usually watching Law and Order, which you started from the beginning, from like 1980.
No, it's the 90s. I never watched the original Law and Order. Okay, hold on. I have to do things. Okay, so I have to measure out a cup of this batter. So don't forget this step, because I often forget this step. Take out a cup of it right now, at this point.
Okay.
Because you're going to add, like, chocolate chips and stuff, but you don't want chocolate chips in your next layer, in your cream cheese layer. Ma, thank you again for my mixer. It's working wonderfully.
Dang. BR and Bug say, I sold all my He-Man figures and my Castle Grayskull at a yard sale in 1993 for $15. The castle alone now is going for $300 now. Yikes.
Yeah.
I did that too. I traded a lot of my comic books away, and I really wish I didn't, even though the 90s aren't worth it.
I was thinking the same thing. She said, looking back, I don't think I've ever had anything collectible that was or is worth anything.
You don't live in a generation, no offense, that has any, like, really collectible stuff, so you're not missing out.
I had one pack of Garbage Pail Kid cards that my parents let me get that I still had when we started dating. Mm-hmm. And then when I pulled them out and I was like, I wish I had collected them all. And you were like, why not?
And then you did.
And then I did.
Oh yeah, fun fact, a lot of people don't know. Crystal has almost every single Garbage Pail Kid card in existence that are older than you. That was so fun.
In
that
really good condition.
So
one time Dan found me a sealed Series 7 box, and I got to open with the dried out crusty gum and everything.
Oh, yes. Or sometimes I'd go play HeroClix down in LA, and I would come back with Garbage Pail Kid packs because they would just be in the dollar bin. Like, nobody cared.
They made a resurgence a few years ago when they started coming out with new ones again. Hannah says, excuse you, sir, I'm a Beanie Baby kid.
Yeah, but we saw, did you watch that documentary? We saw what happened with that.
Shannon's brother gave all her in-box original holiday Barbies away. Oh, those would be worth so much.
Okay, real quick, before I read Jess's comment. If any of you guys at all have any old Pokemon cards that are 10 years old and older, pull them out and look them up. Because, like, one time, Crystal and I bought Blake this Team Rocket box because it was, like, so cheap. It was, like, $20. And now it's, like, $400 or $500 for this
It does
box.
want me to put the chocolate chips in the...
Are you... Oh, back it goes.
Back it goes.
Jess said that she used to collect all those carousel horses years ago and then sold them all.
Okay, time out.
Okay, we'll time out for a second.
I need to, like, regroup and figure out where I am. Okay, so I need to stir in chocolate chips and walnuts into the remaining batter. So that is a half a cup of walnuts and a half a cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips.
Is this remaining batter?
Yeah, did it say... Hang on.
Or is it
Measure out a quarter cup and set aside. Okay, that's why.
We'll pick up stories in a second. I don't want to confuse you anymore.
I skipped to the next line. Yeah, you gotta give me a minute, because it's a little bit of a complicated recipe. Promise you it's worth it if you guys try it, though. Okay, the quarter cup is for the cream cheese layer. And then we're gonna add the chocolate chips. Okay, we add the chocolate chips and the walnut, then we take out a cup because we're gonna put in the batter into the pan. We're gonna put the cream cheese layer, and then that cup of batter is gonna go on top. So it is gonna have the walnuts and the chocolate chips in it at that point. Christine had so many Barbies and cut their hair into punk cuts. I love it. Okay, these are the minis. I'm gonna do...
Are you back on track?
I think so. So we're doing a half a cup of chocolate chips. They're semi-sweet. And a half a cup of walnuts. Go ahead. You can tell a story now.
Just said, I collected the carousel horses for years and then sold them all. Do you remember those with the wooden bases? And it would just have like the gold stick and then the carousel horses?
I wasn't a horse girl. Horses were not on my radar.
When we were in Las Vegas, which you can see in the video, we were at Circus and they had like an original like just as made me kind of appreciate the carousels. Like you only go to Santa Barbara, there's that one in there.
No, it's in Ventura. And it was gone last time we went.
But you know how like you can just see like all day, like they ain't making those no more. They had a very beautiful one in Vegas in Circus, and you can see the little glimmer in Jess's eyes of like, oh dang, like I sold all my carousel horses.
Aww.
Do you have Savage Randy? We probably do, but that's going to be a newer Garbage Pail Kid card, which were kind of harder to collect.
You'd have to. Who asked that?
Hannah did.
You'd have to. Okay. There's a website where you can look up names and it'll tell you which cards have those names. You'd have to tell me which series and card number it is.
We have a Tony Starch magnet on the fridge. But we do have like lots of the we have.
But like, if you're looking for one and I have an extra, I'll totally send it to you, friend.
It was so beautiful. We should have wrote it. I know, but it wasn't working.
Okay, now we're gonna take out a cup with the walnuts and chocolate chips because this is gonna be part of the cake again. The rest that I took out goes into the cream cheese.
That
layer.
looks visually more accurate with the chips in it.
Yeah, because this is the actual cake part.
Like the night before last, I'm like, I want brownies, and she said, "Mecca licka hi, mecca hiney ho." That's canceled. And then boom, she like came in here and made brownies.
It's the perks of putting up with all my crazy is that I will whip you up whatever dessert you want.
It was pretty nice. So
whenever you want.
Yeah, so I had some brownies.
Did you get a new brownie mix at Aldi today?
I did not. Okay.
It was on the list, Dan.
Blake and I tried to go at 4:00 on a Friday to Aldi, and it was a little crazy in there. And I got into the like 72-person line, and I couldn't see where.
So what you're telling me is you had extra time to go back and get it, and you chose not to.
Where's the brownie mix at?
On the baking aisle.
No, I sent Blake back for soda instead.
Well, then, that's how much you love me.
I went down there too because I got tortillas.
Mm-hmm. I know, and I even. Do you notice that when I give you an Aldi list, I put it in the order of the aisles, and I put tortillas and the brownie mix on the like one right after the other, so you would be on that aisle already.
Look, I got like, you know how my transcripts show at one point 7 GPA. Right. So I got like 95% of stuff on. Wait, there was like 6 things on the list, so I got like a 90% on the list. So I only missed one thing. So that's better than what I did in school.
Don't be hurting yourself because you're the one that wants brownies on demand. But the good news is we still have half a tray of brownies, and you'll probably go to Aldi before they're gone.
That's what I thought.
But I always make sure there's a box of brownie mix in there because you very often want brownies at like 10 o'clock at night.
I don't know why, guys. Don't come to your own conclusions on that one. But yeah, it happens a lot. My son collected the first McDonald's issued Pokemon and the Pokeballs. We use the Pokeballs to decorate our Christmas tree. Which ones were those? Because those came out first, I think, at Burger King. And there is new Pokemon cards coming soon, right, Crystal? Did you at McDonald's?
Yes, I think next week they're going to start having them in Happy Meals and Pokemon-themed Happy Meal boxes. Okay, so here's the good news about this, you guys. So, again, lots of ingredients, lots of steps, lots of layers, not all that many ingredients, and you can reuse the pan without washing it. So we're going to take all of this out. I sprayed the pan. This is going to go into this pan as the bottom layer of cake, and then because the batter goes... This feels thick. I think I got rid of too much water out of the bananas. Yeah, don't over ripen your bananas.
They usually ripen naturally, and then they'll say, you know what, maybe I'll make this with it, and then you do. These were artificially ripened.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about them. So, because the batter goes into the cream cheese layer, you don't actually have to wash your pan after your bowl after you do this, because you're gonna put this ingredient into that mix. So it is a little handy.
Can I talk? Okay, I gotta say stuff. Oh, what about the Cadbury brownies? Oh, in my stomach already. Sorry. Gone. Another vote for this camera is so much better than before, even on these settings that are just stock. Oh my gosh, the Crystal, just look at that little tiny camera I have to set up. I don't have to remember I'd fuss with it so much. I don't know what it's gonna be like on Hot Wheels night, but for right now, this is gonna help.
Okay, so you just want to kind of smooth this in here. I'm a little worried about how this is going to turn out. If your batter is a little more liquidy than this, it's probably a good thing, because I think I dumped out too much of the banana liquid because it was very watery. I should have just put it all in there.
It's okay. And also next week I'll have my side camera back, but I reloaded my computer, so I barely had this for tonight. Hannah said it's the only card I can't find is Savage Randy. It was released in 2019, and the card is number 4. I see it.
Okay, that's one of the newer ones.
But I see we have a Savage Randy because I can see him coming off the buckle or whatever.
Right, but I don't know that I have an extra one. Right. I didn't buy a whole lot of the new ones. I did start. If it's one of, I don't remember what year they started coming out with them. The new batch. I started the first year or two, and then I was like, man, they're jumping 2 series a year, and there's just so many, and it got to be ridiculous, so I stopped.
When they rebooted them, the first couple sets were good because they came up with new ideas. Then they started recycling stuff, because for a while, there was one-of-one art cards in there on a white background, and there was drawings of the art cards. Crystal's got some of those.
I traded for those.
You traded for those.
That was not...
Back when you could do message board trading and stuff. What platform? Reddit or something awful?
It was a Garbage Pail Kid forum. Specifically for Garbage Pail Kids.
Old school, huh?
Yeah, and I would trade people cards for the hand-drawn cards done by the artists that drew... Oh man, I got some good stuff.
You would have to send first until you got enough clout, then it would be same time sent, and then they need to send to you before you send because you get the top of the echelon.
I got some clout on there, and then I just dropped off. I was like, I'm done. When I got to the point where what I needed was the no number semicolon that's going for hundreds of dollars.
And all that
was just a bad print. I worked at a print shop. Sometimes you screw things up. I'm not paying hundreds of dollars for a bad print.
Yes, there was just no number that was printed on one of the Garbage Pail Kid cards by accident, and that's what we were chasing at that point.
Yeah, I did.
But we do have some rad stuff, but I do know we have it.
You didn't have to stop your sentence.
No, that was funner because that's how time out. Remember what was Out of This World when Evie would yeah. So you gotta follow the rules.
So we've got our 1/4 cup of reserved batter without the chocolate chips and the walnuts, the cream cheese, and then we're gonna add vanilla and sugar. Hannah, can you message me somewhere and remind me? When we shut this off, I'm gonna couch and forget.
It'd be fun to open it up again and look at it.
If I have it, I'll throw it in a little penny sleeve. I will send it to you.
Thousands of cards you have. So
many.
It'd be fun to look at. A lot of them older than all you guys.
Absolutely.
I remember being a child in the late 80s and having them taken away from me. So.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even think about it. It didn't really stick. I had it out long enough that it didn't stick.
Mooch is so cuss word old now that come here, buddy. Come here. Eat it all up.
Okay, we can also reuse this because again the batter is in here, so it's totally the same flavors and stuff.
She said, can do.
Hold on.
Oh, didn't you trade Garbage Pail Kids with Roger? Yep, and she was jealous of the Garbage Pail Kid card, who's in his house right now.
The figures were what got me the ticket, though. I gave him a bunch of figures.
Yes, because there was a bunch of vinyl figures we had doubles of, huh?
Yes. And he was like, oh my god, you're gonna give me all those? I'm like, dude, they're just sitting.
Right.
Like, they were just on a shelf. I needed to get rid of them. They sell for like $5 a piece online. I didn't want to go through all that trouble just to sell them for $5.
And it was fun that he happened to also want to collect Garbage Pail Kid cards. You had a bunch too.
Yes. And for a while, he'd post like pictures or be live, and you could see the Garbage Pail Kids that I gave him like sitting on.
Oh,
like,
really?
The
That's right. I forgot about that. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Oh, how fun.
All right, so that's a teaspoon of vanilla extract and then a quarter cup of sugar.
It's all over your nose, Mooch. Get it. Enjoy every bit of it, Mooch. Go, Mooch, go. Mooch taught me how to be an old person, by the way.
Oh yeah, you just do whatever you want.
Yep, he taught me what it's going to be like.
I learned that from Joe at work.
What age? 80. 80. 80 is the magic number. After 80, you can do and say whatever the heck you want. And what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do?
Yep.
Punch an 80-year-old? No, you're gonna be like, oh well.
Cats love cream cheese. Some of our cats don't eat any people food. Mooch is named Mooch because he is a mooch. Like, he wants all the food. He will put it in his mouth and figure out what it is later. Cream cheese is probably his absolute favorite.
How old's Mooch now?
Mooch is 17 and a half.
Mooch is 17 and brittle as heck, so eat it all up. Eat every calorie.
Mooch is,
up.
look, let's be real. Mooch is on hospice care right now.
Dude, I almost
You
took
can
him to
have
the doctor
whatever you want.
yesterday. He almost went to the doctor.
Oh yeah, he was congested a little bit, so we made him an appointment for as soon as we could, and then like as soon as we made the appointment, it all cleared up, and he's totally fine now.
We gave him one of those like Librela shots, you know, like the bad news shots, and then he was running around like a kitten again.
He was not.
And he was standing up.
I did not notice much of a difference.
I could see him standing up more, and now he's back to hunches down, but I don't want to give him no more
In
shots.
cat years, 17 and a half in normal years,
Old.
it's like 80 something.
It was like 84 when I looked at the wall chart.
yeah,
It was old.
He's definitely very, very old.
He's old.
All right, so that'll give you something like this. It'll be a creamy cream cheese layer.
Yeah, we're staying away, Jess, but it sucks. We had that conversation of like, I saw him walking around and being happy, and now he's low riding.
Not a risk I'm willing to take.
He's low riding.
Like at all, but much less at his age.
In
fact, I wanted to look into the side effects more, and then you just like took him to the doctor and gave him the shot. And I was like, okay, hope for the best. So yeah, definitely.
I liked his improvement.
Jess says it made a huge difference with Memphis too. It sucks that it's not safe. Yeah, and some animals probably don't have any problems with it. I'm not willing to take that chance with my cat that is 17 and a half.
Oh, but he's 17 and a half. But I do notice that, like I said, he's low riding compared. But he's hardcore.
I think we should look into like a CBD or something. I have they gave us gabapentin for it.
I think he's ride or die.
I don't think he needs that.
I could see. I think he's just rocking until he's not.
And he gets all the carrots and cream cheese and eggnog and whatever else he wants. I finished off one of the eggnog ice creams last night, and I just put the container on the floor. And I was like, "Have at it,
dude." You should freeze your. Let's switch gears. Freeze your eggnog at the end because
even if you don't have a Ninja Creamy, I think it's still doable.
We're drinking eggnog. We're eating eggnog in the end of January.
We have 2 pints of eggnog ice cream left.
Yeah, 2 pints. You know who's going to be eating eggnog fresh in March? Probably her. But, you know what I mean? Also, Crystal acquired...
I showed it off already.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh, fuck. When I was canceled?
No, you were here for it. You just weren't paying attention to me.
Oh, that's my whole life.
You start, doing something and you just focus and you, don't go into what's around you.
Here lies Dan. You just didn't pay attention for it.
Mm-hmm. Just says CBD is a great idea. Gabapentin is a dangerous drug, too. For animals and people. Yeah, and our vet just hands it out try some gabapentin, and I'm like,
We could do CBD.
They gave us opiates for stripers at one point, and I'm like, could you just give him the steroid shot and then he's fine? We don't need opiates. Those are still in the cupboard. Like, I never even gave it to him. I did the first time they gave it to us. I gave it to him. You weren't here, and I gave it to him, and I noticed such a difference in like his personality of just like, bleh. Like he was on opiates. And it was not the business. Okay, real quick, time out. So you've got your layer of the cake batter in here. You're just gonna do an even layer of this around the middle. Try not to like touch the edges because you don't want it to like be on the outside. Yeah.
And
this is the cream cheese layer. So if it touches the edges, it's not a deal breaker, but you want to kind of do like a ring in the middle sort of thing.
Will it touch? Because when you do every slice, obviously your OCD makes it perfect. It's always perfect, so you will do a complete ring.
I will do an even ring all the way around.
That there's that. Yeah, so no, we will absolutely not be giving Mooch any more of the shots or anything like that. And it sucks because I know his body's failing, but he's such moochy mooch still. But we won't do that no more.
It's hard too because we don't have a single vet at our vet's office. There's like the Monday vet, and there's the Tuesday vet, and there's the Wednesday vet. So it's hard, like, when things are going on, like, last time he went, it was an emergency, and it was Sunday, and there was just, like, whichever vet's there, and that's who recommended that, and, like, you don't always get which, in some ways, can be beneficial, because different vets know different things, so seeing a different vet is beneficial, but it's hard to have consistency with a different doctor every time.
Yes, but and I try to book our pets with the same doctors, because do you want to do this? No, it's a thankless... it's hard.
It's a hard, depressing job.
Okay, Auntie.
I would love to work with animals. I would be so depressed if I had to work in a vet's office.
I'll show up and clean every litter box there when the cats are away. Do not. At Novi Pet Expo, I can't go look at the cats. I can't.
Brittany and I did, and it was hard. I had to stop and pet all the cats.
Every one of those cats are our cats.
Yes, I want to take them all home, and they're like, they're up for adoption, and I'm like, stop it! I have 9, and I live across the country,
and
I will absolutely take them home if I can.
Every cat we have is a good cat because of the environment, and then you get to see that. Oh, dang! Every cat's good. Okay. We gotta solve problems here. Auntie Ange, my mom is 80 today, the magic age according to Dan. Yes.
What happened?
The DGAF age.
Oh, 80 today? Well, happy DGAF birthday to your mom.
Enjoy her eating all the cream cheese off the paper, walking all over everything.
Farting without a care in the world, I'll tell you that. My boss just walks by.
I imagine...
And I'm like, oh, bro! Like, I'm sitting in my chair at butt level. Could you not?
I imagine your family tells it like it is anyway, but enjoy the tell it like it is. Enjoy them... sharing information that you never thought they would share.
I think one of the reasons Joe and I get along so well is because I am basically an 80-year-old person in my DGAFness, and I'm we call it business bitchy. I will be bitchy to you in a business-like way, like not in a way that's gonna get me fired, but I will sass you if you're gonna sass me. I'll give it right back to you. One time somebody called and was threatening to sue us because we wouldn't give him his plans, and I'm like, what are you gonna sue us for? We didn't make your plans. We can't give them to you. And everybody was laughing because I was just letting him know, like, your accusations are baseless. This is nothing. And I'm not going to be like, I'm sorry, sir, I can't help you. No, absolutely not. I will sass you. I told one guy one time, like, you need to stop calling and yelling at me because this is unacceptable and I had nothing to do with any of this. If you want anything from anybody here, you better be nice. Like, I will let people know. And I think that's kind of the way 84-year-old Joe is. And I love it. We get along really well. He told me at one point, like, I'm just kind of sick of people. And I said, me too. And he said, really? Like, absolutely.
I mean, the world's changed 10 times for him.
Oh, absolutely. My favorite story he told me was that he remembers when his friend put on an album of this new artist that had just come out. It was Elvis Presley. Have you heard of him? Like, yeah, I think most people have heard of him.
I can't wait to be old and tell people of, like, you know what it was like before the internet? I like this guy here. He's just like, Rark.
And please tell Joe not to send up test balloons when you're within firing range. Yeah, it's bad. He'll clear a room.
Oh, it's... Oh my gosh, you stink.
Oh yeah, Mooch is super farty too.
Wow. He's just looking.
There's some cream cheese in there. You can get some.
No, he had enough cream cheese.
Okay. You're not giving him any more fart fuel?
That was enough. Yes.
I'm concerned that this is a little thick. It's going to be a little hard to spread on top of the cream cheese layer, but I'm going to make it work.
I like it. It's going to be fun.
It might be a little bit denser than usual because I screwed up bananas. My bad. It happens. It's hard to bake when people are watching.
It is.
It's not that people are watching, it's that I'm trying to like focus and read and entertain.
Right, we're having fun. And...
Yeah. And then I'm like, oh crap, I missed
Speaking of fun, if you remember, go check out the members' first video. 41 minutes of action-packed Dan and Jessness. We did a lot of fun things.
If you're not a member of this channel and you would like to see that video before it is released to the masses, you can go over to the community tab and sign up for just $5 a month. Even if you just want to do it for 1 month. Husky Mom Bronico member for 21 months.
If you send me
weird.
If you send me $4 to my Venmo, I'll DM you a link to it.
Because that'll be actually more than we get from YouTube if you sign up for a month. Husky Mom Bronico, your member chat came through, but with no chat. Did you forget to type something, or did YouTube have an error?
Say something else, and I'll be stoked on it. Oh wait, there's like 3 chats right above it from her. Also, Christine said, does it get all cooked together? Yes.
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 Yeah, we're gonna put the streusel on top too. That's been in the fridge for like 2 hours.
I know you weigh 3 pounds, but
6. He weighs 6 pounds.
Was that what it was? Okay. Stay up, dog.
That's the cat, Dan.
Yeah, but you know, he's my dog.
Like dog with a W. So basically, you just want to kind of spread this and cover that cream cheese layer so it's embedded in the banana bread, which is a little hard because, again, I got rid of too much liquid and my banana batter is not quite as liquidy as it usually is. Are you over there licking your chops? I already watched the video. Yes, sent without message. Got my package. Thank you so much. Love everything. Yay! Was this plain cream cheese or mixed with something? It was mixed. Check the recipe. You mix in a 1/4 cup of the banana bread batter and then some sugar and some vanilla. I told you, this recipe is ridiculous. There's no like, oh, just like put in some cream cheese. No. Take your cream cheese over the top, then put it in. I don't know, like, what made me want to try this recipe. I don't know why I make it as often as I do. I mean, it's delicious. That's why I make it. But this is not good for you. This is not for diabetics. I don't know that there's enough substitutions you could do to make this diabetic friendly at all. But yeah, I feel like I kind of screwed it up a little bit. I'm still going to eat it. I don't even care. And yay, Husky Mom Veronica, I'm glad you got your stuff. I don't even remember what we sent you. Like, we sent out so many packages. Okay, so we did that. It wants you to tap it on the counter a few times to get rid of air bubbles. Gosh, I'm so hungry now. Thanks, Crystal. Alec, you knew what you were coming into. It's Friday night. We're here to make you hungry. You gotta snack before you get here. Alright, so then we're gonna sprinkle this evenly with our cinnamon walnut streusel. Excuse me, sir. Ow, oh my gosh. Dude, your hell hot water is insane. Jojo says, thank you for the baking videos. I get to watch things get made. Yeah, it's fun. I try recipes so you don't have to find out that they suck on your own. Some recipes, like, people just make recipes and... Oh, dude, and AI has made it so much worse. Have you guys noticed? I see it on Facebook a lot. These pictures will show up and they look amazing. And as somebody who bakes, I'm going, that's not real. That's AI. And they'll post a recipe for you to try. That recipe is not going to create what they have a picture of because it's an AI picture. And if you don't bake often enough, I feel like you wouldn't know that. And you're just going to think like, I suck and I screwed up this recipe and it's ugly. But that's not the case. They're putting out crap. Yes, AI is deceptive.
It's glorious at the same time, though.
It depends on what it's used for.
We do so much.
This is like too much topping.
Stuff with it. It's like anything else.
Okay, so another thing I like to do, because it's not over the top enough, I put some mini chocolate chips on the top of it. Yes, if they don't have the website on the link, people don't just make a recipe and only post it to Facebook. If you can't find a link to where it is somewhere, it's probably not a real recipe. Nobody's taking credit for that. It's just some, like, bot account making beautiful pictures.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
There's 101 people here.
Wow. Hi, all 101 of
I know.
you.
Hi, everybody.
If you guys haven't hit that thumbs up, please do so. It helps in ways nobody understands.
Or a lot of you are members. You should watch the members vlog. Old school vlog.
But not yet. We're still doing stuff. Hey, get him. He had cream cheese, now he wants water, but there's too much in the way of him getting water.
Let's go
there are chocolate chips in the banana bread, but I do a little bit more on top just because I like over-the-top recipes. So pretty much every time I do this, some of the topping will fall off. I feel like this came out a little sandier than usual. Not quite as clumpy as it usually is, but here we are. So I'm going to put this into the oven, and we're probably going to wrap it up, and I'll have to show it to you guys tomorrow, because once it comes out, it has to cool, and then it gets a glaze on top. But I have to let it cool before that, so... I do more on the top because you're extra, that's why, pretty much.
Trying to get you cat water, but he told me to.
Yeah, that's in his vocabulary now.
Huh.
He's an old man.
Interesting. Well, there you go.
So when I flip it out of here, a lot of this is just going to fall off. That's just how it is. Not enough of it is going to adhere to it. But I do try to kind of squish it in a little bit. He's already back glaring at you. A glaze too? I told you it's over the top. It is a ridiculous recipe. This is on par with, if you guys have been here for a while and saw me make the s'mores sandwich cookies that were a graham cracker cookie with a marshmallow fluff, like sandwiched together with marshmallow fluff in the middle and then dipped in chocolate. This is that, like, level of recipe.
Oh, JoJo's got a good question.
What?
How long do you bake it?
We'll get there. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm on this step still.
Is that one of those things where it bakes and then tomorrow?
Just chocolate chip sprinkles. Yes, I did just let everybody know that it's going to go in the oven and then it's got to cool once it's done baking.
Oh, it cools like almost overnight sometimes.
It takes a long time. And then I have to put the glaze on it. So yeah, we'll be eating this tomorrow.
Alec, sorry, there's no ing words in my vocabulary, but this cake sounds bane and yum.
Oh, it is insane. This, like, you could make this just as a dessert and people would be happy. It doesn't have to be, I eat it for weakfast because I like...
But we'll get as far as we can because we're hanging out. And then... we'll eat it tomorrow.
Hannah says this bread is one of those girls in high school that woke up at 3:30 a.m. to do their hair and makeup. Absolutely. And look, we've been doing this for 2 full hours. It usually takes me about an hour to an hour and a half to put this all together when I'm not on camera, when I'm not talking to people and getting distracted. But it is, again, not a lot of ingredients, but a lot of steps to make it. So that's all the things that we do. So then we put it in the oven. It goes at 350 for 55 to 60 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. It might take a little bit longer. The person who wrote the recipe even says that some people said it wasn't done in an hour, so it might take a little bit longer. Let the baked cake cool on a wire rack for an hour. So you leave it just like this in this pan for an hour. Don't flip it out because it's not solid. It's got the hole in the middle. It's a little more delicate. You don't want to flip it out before it's cooled or it will fall apart and the topping's going to fall off. Be prepared. So is this intermediate or hard recipe? I don't think it's hard. Here's the thing. It's hard for me to say because I have been baking since I was like 14 and I am not too intimidated by much. But look, I would consider like macarons or like cream puffs or croissants. That's hard.
I have an answer.
This, it's honestly pretty easy. There's just a lot of steps to it. And again, not too many ingredients, and it's all basic ingredients. There's no, like, crazy, like, one-off, you're never going to use it for anything else.
You usually kind of watch a TV show and I'm doing something and you just kind of, like, scoot around and make it. We're totally 100% distracted. So yes. I think this is the same thing as making cookies.
Yeah.
But just, like, don't have a Dan around.
It's no different than any other, like, coffee cake. Yeah, it just takes a different shaped pan. And there's different steps because it's got the filling and stuff. It looks fairly easy, Sally. I agree.
And we haven't seen you in 2 weeks.
Absolutely. We've got lots of stories to tell.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think this is hard. I think, like, if you've never baked before, you could probably still do this as long as you had the right pan. Because it does say not to do it in, like, a bundt cake pan. I don't know if it would work in, like, just a square or rectangle pan. I don't know what the ratio would be and stuff. So I've only ever done it in this. But yeah, no, I don't know how much of it you watched. Who was asking? April, you were watching like the whole time. You're one of the ones that's gonna make it, right? It's not complicated. I don't even think complicated is the word. You saw, there's just like different steps. You have to make sure you take some of the batter out for the top. You have to make sure you take some of the batter out for the cream cheese filling. Yes, I did spray the pan. Always spray the pan or butter and flour it. Otherwise it's going to stick. It's not going to come out and then you're going to have a mess. So I'm going to stick this into the oven. Alexa, set a 55-minute timer.
55 minutes, starting now. By the way, time goes faster with music on. Just say, play music.
Oh,
Alexa,
God.
stop.
Oh, Alexa.
Always pushing.
Oh, yeah.
Pushing her new features. Ma says, I'm glad you're happy. You deserve it because you bake a lot. Thank you.
We love
You're
it.
too good to me. I was very excited. I legitimately cried.
It's got hundreds of hours on it. More than that. Because
The 15-year-old one? Oh.
My 3D printer already has thousands of hours. You just don't get it. Like, you don't think about it. Like, oh my gosh, that runs a lot. You have probably 1,000 hours.
I've been doing this show for 4 years. 150-something, 60 recipes.
KitchenAid would love the example. Like, this is what the KitchenAid's for. Like, you've used it and
absolutely.
used it and used it. It never falters. It doesn't have a ding in it. It was great.
Absolutely. April says, what can be used in place of a wire rack? Okay, so the point of the wire rack is just to keep it up off the counter so that air can get to the bottom so it can cool faster. If you don't have a wire rack and you just put it on the counter, that's fine. You just might have to let it cool longer before you take it out of the pan. You can also just stack it up on something. You got some coasters or something. You can put like a coaster on each side. Something you don't want it to tip.
Crystal, can I just clean my counter and throw it right up on the counter if I clean it? Like where your
No,
hand is?
no. Listen, it's still in the pan. You don't have to clean your counter.
Oh, no,
That's what I'm saying.
After I take it off instead of a wire rack?
Don't do that. No. Listen, you leave it in the pan and cool it on a wire rack. That's the step we're at. We haven't taken it out of the pan yet, so it stays in the bundt cake pan or the angel food cake pan. Nothing but sink water will do for Mooch. Again, when you're old, you just put your butt in the fountain of water for everybody else and drink out of the sink. Do what you gotta do, Mooch. So yeah, it's just to lift it up a little bit. If you have a couple coasters you can put on either side, just to let the air get to the bottom. It is an angel food cake, so it has the hole in the middle, so air's getting to the middle to help it cool faster. Or just let it cool longer. You just want it to be like cool enough that it's not gonna be as delicate and fall apart. Once you're ready to take it out of the pan, if you have like a cookie sheet or a big enough plate or cutting board or whatever, like make do with what you have, honestly. I am at the point now, after having been baking for 30 years, I've got a good collection of the right tools that I use for the recipes that I make. I have made do for decades before that with whatever I had. A lot of you have been generous enough to send me really awesome tools and stuff too when I don't have the things that I need. So build up a collection slowly. If you like baking, yeah, just starting out, make do with what you have. There's things you don't want to. Don't make macarons. Don't make croissants. Stick with like breads, cakes, cookies, all that stuff that will get you the practice that you need. Also, do not be discouraged if a recipe does not work. Sometimes the recipes are just bad. I don't care if a lady has a blog with 500 recipes on it. Sometimes the recipe is just bad. You've seen it. You guys have been here. You see, sometimes I'm like, this is not a good recipe. One time, Dan and I made something for dinner for the boys, and we spent hours making this. I think it was in the Instapot. And the last step was to put a cup of balsamic vinegar in it. And I was like, balsamic vinegar? That's like a distinct flavor, but that's what the recipe says. I don't know enough about cooking. I'm a baker, not a chef, that I just followed the recipe and we dumped that in and it ruined the whole thing and it had to go in the trash. Sometimes recipes are trash and they don't warn you, like, this might not be something you want to add to it. So don't be afraid to keep trying. If you try, say you try a chocolate chip cookie recipe and you don't like it, find a different one. Just keep trying. Canned crescents, absolutely, same, friend. I would not make them from scratch. That is more effort than I want to put into baking. That's like culinary school kind of stuff that, yes, Sally, the reviews very often help. There are certain things. boxed brownie mix, and I was just reading something online about this the other day where somebody was like, how come boxed brownie mix is so much better than homemade? And people went into the logistics of why and how, and honestly, like, I make cosmic brownies from scratch. There's a specific cosmic brownie recipe. If you're down for cosmic brownies by, is it Little Debbie? Check the Pinterest page. There is a really good cosmic brownie recipe on there. But whatever the blue box, is it Pillsbury does the blue box brownies? I was at the store yesterday and saw they have funfetti. They come with the cosmic brownie chocolate chips in them, so you could just make that. But the cosmic brownies are like a denser, fudgier brownie. So to me, that's a different kind of brownie. If you just want brownies, get a box mix. But don't be afraid to just try things. Cinnamon rolls, never made them from scratch, Uncle Yukon. I always use the can. Jamie made homemade brownies once, and they were better than any box brownies I've ever had, and I still have no idea how he did it. It was like this anomaly. Occasionally it happens. When we did what did we do? We did a brownie recently that had like layers on top of it, and I can't remember what it was. It was just a few months ago. The brownie itself was amazing. That I'll have to go back and check what it was. That's a brownie I would be willing to try by itself from scratch. But in general, like, look, Dan wants brownies at 10 o'clock entirely too often for me to start from scratch. I will throw everything in a bowl, mix it up, and throw it in the oven. You got brownies in an hour. I'm all about it. So yeah, again, do not be afraid to try different recipes. As you start baking more, you'll kind of learn. I can look at a recipe now and to some degree tell you, like, that's not a good recipe. Why is there so much flour to butter? Like, most cake and cookie recipes will take 2 cups of flour. So I can look at it and tell you that's going to make entirely too much cookie or cake or whatever. Cut it in half. Yeah, an entire cup of balsamic vinegar, right? That was a bad recipe. Ruined it. Dinner was in the trash that night. We had sandwiches or something. Hold on. I'm trying to get the mouse over because somebody asked for something. Ugh. Aldi has great inexpensive baking items. Absolutely. I do not use the Aldi brown sugar because it's too wet. Like, it's too molassesy. I don't know why I can't get the mouse over to this computer or this monitor. There it goes. It's the other way. But I do get a lot of ingredients and even like mixes and stuff from Aldi. We've been using their brownie mix and it's decent. I like I think it's Pillsbury, the milk chocolate one, better. But you know, it's cheaper at Aldi. If you sub butter and milk in boxed brownies, it's an improvement. I always use milk instead of water, absolutely every time. I usually don't do butter though. I just dump some oil in there. What is an Aldi comparable to? I guess like Trader Joe's. Aldi is like, if you don't have an Aldi around you, it's like a Trader Joe's and a dollar store had a baby. So they have their Aldi brand stuff, but let me tell you how great the Aldi brand stuff is. You know, there's this big push right now to get the like cereal companies and the candy companies to stop using all these artificial flavors and stuff. Aldi doesn't use like red dye number 40 and whatever. Their branded stuff uses better ingredients in the sense of like not so much artificial stuff. So a lot of their branded stuff, and what is their, let me see what their brand is called. I can never remember. Millville? So look, I'm a Pop-Tart kind of girl. Don't judge me. I make delicious breakfast things, but then sometimes like this week I had pistachio muffins left over from last week that I ate on Monday and Tuesday, and then I'm like, am I gonna bake something like Tuesday night and then I'm making something Friday night that I'll eat for breakfast next week? I'm just gonna eat Pop-Tarts Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for breakfast because I just like to eat something I could like snack on. So I do Aldi Pop-Tarts. I was a Pop-Tart brand girl until Dan accidentally bought me the Aldi Pop-Tarts once. And I was so mad because I hate off-brand Pop-Tarts. I'm not doing your toaster tarts or your Toastums or whatever crusty, stale taste and stuff is out there. I don't want it. These are amazing. The pastry itself is so much softer and like fresher tasting than Pop-Tarts. It doesn't have that like crispy, crunchy stuff, like texture to it, and the filling tastes so much less sweet. It's so good. Yes, all these are German brands, so it probably complies with EU food standards. Absolutely, I'm sure that's why. I saw something today they posted about in 2015 they got rid of all that stuff that they're pushing now to get rid of out here. April, no, it's not like a grocery outlet. So Aldi, again, they have their own brand of stuff. So Aldi's a small grocery store. It's not like, look, if I go to Stater Brothers, Ralph's, Albertsons, Meijer, you're gonna find the same brand options at most of them. There might be some variation, like when I go to Jason's house in Illinois, they only have at their grocery store at Woodman's, I think, they only have Daisy sour cream. They don't have Knudsen, which is what we use out here. So, comparable, not a big difference, but that's the brand I use. They don't have it out there. They don't have a lot of the same brands. First of all, the store is like 6 aisles. Some variance in size. Shannon says, only small here. All these stores are pretty big in Europe. Yes, they have huge, like, full-on grocery stores. Out here, though, it's like 6 aisles. Most of what they have... No, we do have Daisy. They don't have Knudsen out there. And Knudsen is the brand we use here. So most of what they have there is their own brand. And they do have some brand name stuff here and there, but most of it's their own brand. And it's just better, and it's cheaper. And, oh, man, if you don't have an Aldi... I like the Simply Natural brand at Aldi. I don't know if I have anything of that brand. But they also do, like, they have German Week, because Aldi's from Germany. So, we haven't gotten into these yet. They have Speculoos sandwich biscuits, and this was like $3 for, like, 16 times 4 cookies. 60. There's like 60-something cookies in here, and it was like $4. Yep, Jess says, Meijer used to be my favorite place to go. Now it's Aldi. Absolutely. Jojo says, Aldi's butter is good too. Yes, we use the tub of butter and the sticks of butter. There are a lot of things that are exclusively Aldi now for us. And we had an Aldi for quite a while in Palmdale, like half an hour away. It wasn't until we got one 5 minutes up the street that I'm like, hey, let's check out Aldi and see what's going on. The Aldi sour cream, I got it once and it was real gritty and I was mad about it, but the last time we got it, because we were at Aldi and I'm like, just get it, we need it, it wasn't bad. The Aldi cinnamon rolls and crescent rolls, a lot of people have issues with them like drying out and not rising like they should, so I don't get those there. Just stopped buying the Fairlife and started buying the Aldi lactose-free milk. I think Dan got that last time. Yeah, everything there is just so much cheaper. Oh, Hannah says the Aldi in town is so hard to get to. Like, the road it's on is the same access road for the hospital, and it curves weird, and you can easily get hit when in the turning lane. That sucks, but I would still take that risk. Honestly, like, there's so much in my house that is Aldi. And then, like, they had Little Debbie Christmas cakes for, like, $1.29, and I'm like, oh, let's get these. I forgot I had these. I haven't eaten any of these yet, but they do have brand name stuff. And then they have an aisle that's all stuff that's like not groceries, and just, I mean, sometimes there's some groceries on it, but like my springform pan is from there. I got big giant pots for like $10, flower pots, like huge, for like $10. It's just amazing. The Aldi aisle of shame, yes ma'am. But I love it because you can be like in and out real quick. Ours is never too busy as long as you don't go at 4 o'clock on a Friday, apparently. They have amazing stuff like, if you've ever been to a Trader Joe's and gotten like the weird stuff they have there that's really expensive at Trader Joe's, they repackage a lot of that stuff and sell it at Aldi on the cheap. So a lot of that's the same stuff. It's the same like sister company. I don't know how to explain it, man. You should just go to an Aldi if you have one. If you don't, I'm sorry. There's nothing that compares to it. Like, really not at all. It's just, it's its own thing. All right, let me get back up here because somebody had asked about sugar cookies. And I saw it, but I was rambling. I'm looking for a soft and chewy recipe. Do you have one for sugar cookies? Yes, ma'am. That was actually last year's recipe card. You will have to go to Facebook or Instagram to get the recipe for it because it is my Aunt Terry's recipe. So it's not something you can find on Pinterest. I've used it forever. I will say, watch the time on the baking, because when we made them last time, they crisped up too much. But if you just barely let them get a little bit brown and then take them out of the oven, because again, when you take things out of the oven, April and anybody else who's just starting out with baking, when you take stuff out of the oven, it's going to continue to cook. The pan that it's on is really hot. It will continue to cook. So if you wait until it's completely done, it's going to continue to cook and then it's going to be overcooked. So check, I think it might be on the community tab here. Dan probably posted it here, but I not only made the recipe card, but I also made like the steps for how to bake it, how to mix everything, because that recipe has never failed me, aside from me overcooking it a little bit. That was my bad. But yeah, it's a really good recipe, and there's an icing recipe there with it too that works really well, and it gets you that like nice like crispiness of the icing that'll set. It's good stuff. I recommend that. Sorry it took me so long to answer that. Aaliyah S89, who has been a member for 44 months with her member super chat. Thank you so much. Good evening from Phoenix, Arizona. I missed y'all. I play the old baking live streams at work sometimes when my coworkers leave. Oh, that makes me happy. happy. Excuse me, I got a little hiccup. What else is going on? Jess loves their hummus and their olive tapenade hummus. I need to make and send my cards still. Man, it sucks not having enough spoons in a day. I feel you, friend. Absolutely. There's still time. If you guys still want to send us a card, like, you've got this week to send them out. So, Hannah, let that put some pressure on you. I know I'm good at making you do things you don't want to do. This week, make it your goal. No later than Friday, you're going to send out a card if you're talking about sending a card to us. Because I don't think I got one from you. Get that done this week. Make that your one, like, I have to do this thing this week. I'm sure you have other things you have to do, but add that to the top of your list. And we should be sending some stuff out maybe this weekend. I don't know. Look, I'm out of spoons too, friends. I'm very out of spoons. Yes, Jojo, I hope that recipe works for you. I cannot compensate for things like elevation and barometric pressure, but I did do that as my my recipe that I sent out on a postcard to everybody last year. So it's worked. I think other people have used it and had success. Christine sent a card and it came back undeliverable. Oh no! And aren't you one of the ones that usually makes a handmade card too? Oh, friend, I'm sorry. Did you put the space number on there? No, wait, because it's not you don't have the house address, you're P.O. boxing. That's weird. I wonder why. The mail's been weird. John says, we've got Aldi here in Australia. They're really starting to make some headway against the big two supermarkets, Coles and Woolworths. That is awesome. It's really good. Oh, Shannon has to find an extra set of spoons for this weekend. I need to clean my house. I feel you, friend. I feel you. What else is going on? Dan has disappeared. He's probably bonding with his mama cat. Yeah? Do you want to come back out here? So once again, we have an all-new episode of Dantics tomorrow. Oh, she said I wrote the wrong address on it. Well, we can't blame USPS for that. They tried. Make sure you guys write the right address. I believe in the description below this video, if you guys want to send us a holiday card or a whatever card, if we get it before January 31st, I will send you back a postcard with my apple pie recipe that also you will not find on the internet because I created that recipe out of 2 other recipes that I liked. So I will send that back to you. We also have previous cards for the sugar cookies, chocolate chip cookies, and the pumpkin roll. If you guys want any of those, again, send me a card. I will send you a postcard back. It costs you nothing but sending me the card. If you want more than one card and you're able to send me a stamp to cover whatever else you want, that'd be great. If not, don't worry about it. I got you covered. But just let me know in your card, like, hey, can I get this past recipe or whatever? Because this year we are sending out apple pie. But again, I do still have, I don't know how many are left. It's first come, first serve. The chocolate chip cookie, the pumpkin roll, and the sugar cookies. And I will send you any of those that you want as well. You'll get a postcard with the recipe on the front of it and a little handwritten note on the back of it, and get those out like this week so we get them in time. What are you doing? We're making ridiculous dessert, and
I know, isn't it crazy? It's so crazy.
All right, I need to go eat dinner tomorrow.
Well, are we
4
done?
PM. And you can mail things to Canada now. Yes, if you're Canadian, get your stuff out.
Oh, good. I have a box to send to Sam.
Oh, good. She's been waiting forever.
Is the stream over? Is that it?
I need to eat food because I'm dying.
What happened to our Streusel have flogging?
Do you want to wait another 37 minutes and then we can't even eat it because it has to cool?
Oh, I don't love you guys that much.
You have a mama cat hair on your lip.
Mm-hmm. She was laying on me for a minute. Oh, so now what? We end the stream?
Yeah, we're done.
I can't open those.
That's because you don't need them.
What the?
Yeah, so that's gonna come out of the oven in another like 37 give or take minutes,
and then
it has to cool for like at least an hour, and then I have to put the glaze on it. So you like that one, Terry?
A midnight thing.
It's gonna be a while. So tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, we are live with 4 all new categories, 40 questions, 4 chances for you to get your name on the leaderboard
and Streusel flogging
and try to beat Hannah. With Dantics.
Right.
We got some fun categories. I hope you guys like them. I worked really hard.
I don't know what the categories are. Can
not.
you give me one of the categories for us? Like, what's one of the categories? You worked for a long time while you watched Law & Order.
I can't think of any of the categories.
That's great.
That I made.
You made so many categories.
We are on episode like
lot.
51 or something like
so
that.
That's a few hundred categories.
No, maybe 42.
That's a lot of categories. That's a lot of categories.
And we used to do 5 back in the day. Now we're down to 4 for timing. So yeah, no, I can't give you a category. I don't know what I
that's
did.
fair. That's fair. It'll be tomorrow. It'll be fun. And then we will be sampling early on in the show, we will be sampling pie first. We'll be sampling some.
We will cut a slice. We'll show you guys how it turned out. We will taste it.
Okay.
Hopefully it turned out all right. Listen,
it has been 2.5 hours. Yikes.
I have made this recipe a bunch of times, so I know it's a good recipe. If it doesn't come out good, it's my fault for leaving the bananas in the oven for too long and not having enough liquid. I think it might be a little too dense this time.
Right. Jess says, I hope to be done with my live stream before you guys are live. I think you're live at noon. We're not live till 4. So I think you can get through the cards in 4 hours.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
And if you guys make this recipe, please take a picture and post it in the Getting Baked with Crystal group on Facebook. I would love to see how it turns out for you and hear your opinions. I think at least 2 of you guys are going to do it. Again, really over the top, not for diabetics or people who don't like overly sweet stuff, because it is
It's good. I won't eat it for breakfast. Crystal takes chunks with her, and it's so dense.
It is
to work.
cake.
But I'll eat it for like dessert.
It also has to be refrigerated. Once it cools and you put the glaze on, throw it in the refrigerator. We won't even eat it. Well, if you're down for like warm cream cheese in a coffee cake,
tomorrow.
Because the cream cheese is cooked. So technically it doesn't have to be refrigerated, but I refrigerate it so it'll last like the whole week so I can eat it for breakfast. So Jess has posted the link for her stream tomorrow. It's at 3 p.m. Eastern to hopefully get done before hockey.
Dang, so she'll go through like all the boxes, and then she'll go through all the cards for everybody that sent stuff. And then the end.
That's very time consuming. It takes us a long time, and we get a fraction of what you get.
It's usually about a 2.5 hour show.
Yeah,
it's pretty big.
Terry says, I can't wait to make this one. You'll have to let me know what you think. I don't think I ever made this when you were here, did I? Did you ever have this?
I don't know, because you make it all the time. You make it almost once.
She hasn't been here for like 2 whole years now.
No, are we that? Is it that?
Terry, you've been in Nevada for 2 years now, right? Like March will be 2 years.
Well,
I think it was March.
I guess because it's the second year of the Stabbing, so yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Right. Alex says, thanks for the fun show. Have a good night. Yes, thank you guys so much for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. It does not feel like it's been that long. No, time flies the older you get. It really does. Yeah. But yeah, this was fun. We haven't done this for a couple weeks, and Dan's home and not going anywhere soon. So.
No, I'm good for a while, so we'll be good. And then we'll be back for Fun Dantics tomorrow. I can't wait to see what the categories that you made.
Me too.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Terry, you do need to come see us.
Oh,
Dan,
yeah, I know, right?
So I pulled out all those books, and I told Dan, like, these are really heavy, but maybe we can send them to Terry. And he's like, oh, yeah, these are totally, like, Terry-style books, and we'll just save them until we see her again. And I was like, I don't know when she's going to come visit
Someday.
us.
She'll just pop up. She's like Zombie.
Yeah, I don't have much vacation time going on, so I don't know when we can go see her. So, I don't know, Terry, we got to figure it out, though. I miss you, friend. That's all I got.
All right.
Thank you guys for hanging out. Have a good Friday night.
Yes, I gotta run over here and move some things. Have a good night, guys. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, go watch that members log.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, do that. It's 40 minutes and it's action-packed.
If your name is in green, you have access to it right now. If your name's not in green, you can become a member on the community tab here. It's just $5 a month, or you can Venmo Dan $4 and he'll send you a direct link, apparently.
I guess so. Is that how I'm selling it?
The Christmas card address is our P.O. box, which should be in the description of this video. Dan, wait, Dan just set everything up. Is it in the description of this video?
Yeah, it should be in there. Because those stay. Like, that just stays.
My name's Blue. Okay, if your name's Blue also. Well, no. That's not true, because not all... Blue means you're a mod.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, blue people don't count. Are you a member still? I don't know. Yeah, it's the P.O. Box address, which doesn't actually say P.O. Box, which is a good thing because some places don't ship to P.O. Boxes, but it's the Lancaster Boulevard address. That's our P.O. Box. Send it there. It's in the description of like all the videos. If it's not this one, check another one. Sally said it's great. I watched it earlier.
It's green.
No, did you unmember her?
Yeah.
Or unmod her? There you go, Hannah. You got yourself unmodded again.
Yeah, so it's
she said, I'm giving you grief. I remember. Whoa,
but,
hey!
But really, go watch it. It's fun.
Yes.
It's fun. Action. Leave a comment, please.
Yeah, I did hear people saying that, like, it's full of action. Like, you know Dan, he cuts out all the boring stuff. It's a fun Dan video.
41 minutes, no commercials.
It's 4 days worth of Dan and Jess in Vegas.
Mm-hmm. So fun.
No commercials.
No commercials. And no spoilers.
Christine, did you find the address? I just want to make sure everything's taken care of. Speak now or forever hold your peace until tomorrow at 4.
Yes. Have a good night, everybody. Yay! I missed everybody. It's going to be fun to do Dantics tomorrow. I'm excited for it.
Yes. I'm just glad I got all the questions done.
I know. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. I need food.
No.
Hold on, is everybody still here? You guys. I forgot the sour cream.
Like, in the whole recipe? Like, all of it? Like, hold on. Like.
That's why it was so dry. I didn't put the damn sour cream in it. And now this sour cream's been sitting out for like 3 hours, so I can't even use this sour cream. I just wasted a cup and a quarter of sour cream.
Wait, hold on. Is that the problem? Is the sour cream or the whole recipe itself? What's gonna come out of the
Remember,
oven?
I kept telling you it looked really dense, and I thought it was because of the banana.
What's gonna come out of the oven in like...
Some banana bread that's missing a cup and a quarter of sour cream, and I can't... It's too late. I can't add this. Guys, don't forget your sour cream. Crap. Mooch says he'll eat it.
Wait, can you just pour it on top?
No, it had to be mixed in.
Hold on. You sure
the
you
batter.
can't just pour it on top?
I cannot. Okay, again, this recipe is not hard. However, don't be distracted while you're going through all the steps.
I just looked at the cake. It's going... So we're not gonna have anything tomorrow?
We'll try it.
No, it's missing the most important thing.
No,
hydration.
It's missing a lot of the liquid. And it was supposed to be... And then when I was dumping the dry ingredients in, I was thinking, like, I think we only do half. No, it said just to dump it all in. It's sour... You're supposed to dry ingredients,
no
sour cream, dry
at
sour
all.
cream. It's all sitting there. I didn't even go... I kept it over there because I didn't want Mooch to lick it. And then, like, I was distracted talking to everybody, and I forgot to put it in there.
Will it be cottage cheese soon? Yeah, Alec, you can find my car at Disneyland, but why didn't you spot that back there?
We're back because I turned around and realized the sour cream was still sitting on the counter behind me, and that's why my batter was so dry. And I kept saying it's really thick, and I think it's because of the bananas.
There's a lot of sour cream there.
It's a cup and a quarter.
A lot of sour cream.
Well, crap. Don't forget your sour cream, guys.
That's unedible.
There's nothing I can do. I can't...
We're gonna eat powder.
It's layered. It's gonna be dry and dense. That's all. So, I might... Well, I can't make another one because I need rotten bananas to do it. So, yeah, it'll be more like a bread than a cake, probably. Yes, the sour cream goes into when you add the... DP says, start over, I'm here now.
Hold on, it's only 8:30.
I don't have any more bananas.
It's 8:30. Can we go grab bananas real quick?
And do the whole thing over again for 2.5 hours? Absolutely not. I'm done.
No, they wouldn't know.
You realize I worked an 8-hour day today?
At lunchtime, you told me that you took a nap at work earlier.
Shut your mouth.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I believe it's the step where you add the dry... So you mix all your wet ingredients, and then you add the flour, and like the dry ingredients that you've pre-mixed. You do half the flour, and then like some of the sour cream. Check the recipe. Like, go through the steps carefully. But I believe that's the step at which you add it. And I kept saying it's like really thick, and it's not usually this thick. Baking instead of Dantex tomorrow? I'm not doing this again. I'll eat Pop-Tarts all week. I'm not afraid.
Are you defeated?
I am. I hate when I screw up a recipe with something stupid. And it's not even like I can just pull it out and mix that in because it's layered. And it's been cooking for half an hour. So there's nothing I can do. And Dan's brought the bad luck from Vegas.
Man, that could be it.
Just make a small batch. That's not a thing. This is an over-the-top ridiculous... No, it's not. I hate when that happens. Thanks, Brittany. Brittany, did you just show up and miss all of my fail?
This is what Brittany did. She went, oh man. You need this more than I do.
All right, so for anybody who just showed up or who just realized we popped back on, this has been in the oven for half an hour after like 2 hours of making it.
Oh, man.
And I forgot to put the cup and a quarter of sour cream in it, and that's why it was so dry. And I kept thinking it was because I warmed my bananas in the oven to ripen them, and they were really liquidy, and I thought like I cooked off too much liquid, and it was because I forgot the damn sour cream that's now been sitting on the counter for 3 hours and has to go in the trash because nobody wants 3-hour-old sour cream.
That tastes kind of cool.
Liquidium, thank you. He says, here's a banana. and this economy, that'll give me one banana.
Oh my gosh.
I'm so sad. I mean, it's already sour. No. Put the sour cream on top like a frosting. That's not it. Can they be made like muffins? I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I didn't even check.
This has never happened before.
Oh, this has absolutely happened before.
Oh, yeah?
And maybe not on camera this badly, but yeah, I screw up things all the time. You can try it. Check the comments on the recipe. My computer's all shut down and everything. But check the comments on the recipe to see if anybody has done that. Or just try it. Why not? Like, it can't hurt. You'll have to adjust the cook time for sure. It's not going to take an hour if they're muffins. But you would put, a spoonful or so of the batter, and then a spoonful of the cream cheese, and then a spoonful of batter, and then put the crumble on top.
Only 53 people are left, Crystal. What?
Oh, half of them don't even know.
What happened? So, like, that, are you going to just, like, toss it in the trash?
No, we're going to try it. It's already made. What am I going to do? No, the cats can't eat it. It's too many ingredients they can't have. There's chocolate chips and stuff in it. We will try it. It might not be a full deal breaker. Maybe it won't take so long to cook without the sour cream. Good point. I should check it periodically to see what's going on. It is going to be drier. It is going to be denser. It's going to be a little bit sad.
What will you do for dinner now?
Oh, I wasn't going to eat that for dinner.
Well, no, but the oven's, like, kind of taken right now. What are you going to do for dinner?
I might just throw a chicken burger in the air fryer so I can have something in like 10 minutes. So I'm going to blame Mooch for restarting your computer. I can't even blame him. Jess thinks it'll be like a bread instead of a coffee cake. Yes, it won't be as like fluffy. It'll be more like dense and less cakey. Habit Burger. Then I have to leave the house.
Let's go to Habit.
No, and let me tell you, I got a Taco Bell gift card from my boss.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody gave it to him and he didn't want it, so he let me have it.
Yes.
We got Crunchwraps last night. You guys know, if you've been around for a while, you know we make our own Crunchwraps, and they're amazing and they're delicious, and we've been doing that for like years. And I've not had a Crunchwrap I think I had one when I went to NoFX because we ran through Taco Bell and just housed some food before Descendants. That was the saddest, most disgusting. No, it didn't taste bad. It was sad. I picked up the Crunchwrap and it like flopped. The tostada inside was not crunchy.
Oh, last night it was sad. It would have made it through the little thing to go as first class mail.
Absolutely.
It would have made it first class mail.
Beer Humbug, thank you so much for the super chat.
Yes.
It takes the sting off a little bit. Jess says their Crunchwraps has never been good. I disagree. When they first came out and I would get a Crunchwrap, they were big and thick. I would get the meat replaced with beans. They now do black beans in them.
But she's been championing this other thing, this grilled chicken cheesy burrito thing.
Well, it's got chicken. I'm not going to eat it.
Oh, no, wait. No, there's no chicken.
Grilled cheese burrito. I got another like $35 on this gift card and I don't even want anything. All I could taste was the nacho cheese and the tortilla. I couldn't see any other ingredients in it. It was so disappointing. It tasted good because I like their nacho cheese. It was so disappointing and I was so like I might as well have gotten a bean burrito for $2.50 because that would have filled me up just as much.
No, we did get a bean burrito for $2.50, and on the way home, I took a bite, and she took a bite, and I took a bite, and she took a bite, and it was gone. Okay, hold on. Alex says, Dan is starving, I can tell. You're kind of right. Oh my gosh. Bjorn, again, thank you so much for the super chat.
Appreciate you, friend. It really does take the sting off a little bit.
Maybe we
since I have to go buy new ingredients and make this again.
Yes. Hannah said, we should do Crunchwraps here soon. You should. They were so easy, and
I think she means like here on the show.
Oh, they were so good.
I was thinking we should do them again.
We should do them
it a long time ago.
But the ones we had were so sad.
And we just did them like 2 weeks ago, right before you went to Vegas. And they were so good at home.
Oh, worse than the airplane burger? No, it wasn't worse than the airplane burger, and it wasn't worse than the second worst burger I ever had, which
she did mean here at her house. You absolutely should. If you guys have not made Crunchwraps, go look through the videos. I think we did it on an episode of Cooking with Dan. And then it's in a vlog somewhere too. They're not that much more difficult really than making like burritos or nachos or tacos or something. You just have to get the big giant tortilla and you have to get the tostada shell. And pro tip, make sure before you put them on the pan to like sear them closed, make sure that pan is really hot.
We should just
otherwise your cream cheese will curdle.
Let's just do it again. Next Getting Baker Crystal, let's do.
No, the next one we're making pistachio muffs. Ooh. And we're going to do bakery style. We're going to try a new recipe and try to get them all big and fluffy on top.
Oh, those were fun to do.
Yes.
Last night, during my Crunchwrap, I was like, are you sure they even put a tostada in there? It was so pliable.
It was soggy. Yeah, I don't think I'll get a Crunchwrap from Taco Bell ever again. I remember getting them when they first came out and being like, oh my god, I'm so full, but I can't stop eating this because it's so good. Because they were stuffed full. And
we should have redemption at Habit with a milkshake and fatness. So fat.
I don't want to leave that.
You said I have a feeding frenzy.
Fetish. Look, Whittier says, we haven't done a Cooking with Dan in a long time. That's because I would come home from work. Look, right now I'm starving, and we would be like making dinner and trying to talk to you guys, but like, I need to hurry up and make dinner because I'm hungry.
And meanwhile,
really
I have a GoPro clipped to my hip, and I was trying to GoPro
It was
around.
Too much to do on a weeknight when we just wanted to like eat dinner
perfect
and, like,
on paper
because
we're like, we gotta eat anyway.
Right. Let's just do it. We're making dinner anyway.
I say all the same things whether we're on camera or not, and then.
But you see how distracted we get. We forget to put sour cream in our damn recipe.
Right, and we're going.
Waste like.
Right.
There's like half a container of sour cream in this economy. So much sour cream.
So much sour cream.
Know who makes food fast? Habit Burger. Here's the thing, though.
It's like 2 minutes away.
No. I don't like this Habit Burger. I went to that Habit Burger and I paid like $2.50 to add avocado, and those MFers put black avocado on my burger, and like, I'm okay if it's a little brown. I took a bite of it and it tasted bad. Like, it was, I had to scrape my $2.50 worth of avocado off of there.
That was the one time.
No.
What's an MFer?
Every time I've been to that Habit Burger, it's been not good. So I would have to drive all the way across town to go to the one that's actually good. I don't know who they hired over here and what they're doing. I do not recommend this Habit Burger at all. I will drive anywhere else. I'm hungry and I need food now, and now I'm angry because I screwed up my banana bread.
Thanks, Liquidium. You strike again.
Thanks.
Strikes again. Oh my gosh.
Seasoned beef. Okay, she's still championing.
Okay, yes. Okay, so I have a tortilla.
Seasoned beef or beans if you don't want meat.
Or beans, yes.
Nacho cheese,
You
rice,
like that?
Fiesta strips. Is that like tortilla strips?
Yes.
Chipotle sauce, reduced fat sour cream, and 3 cheese blend inside. Grilled with cheese
honestly,
on the outside.
that works.
Not terrible.
That works.
Yeah.
You know, it's $7.49. I'm
It's
sure.
all the same ingredients, just in a different shape.
Are
Are the Fiesta strips soggy like the tostada?
Do you see Liquidium's rebuttal? Just a heart.
Look, if it wasn't like 8:40 and I have something in the oven for another 20 minutes and I'm starving and I need to eat now, I'd be all about it.
We could be back from...
I'm gonna pass out because I'm so hungry.
I could be back from... I could bring you food back.
No, you always think everything is 5 minits away, and it is absolutely not. It's gonna take you at least 40 minutes to drive across
5 minutes away and 7 inches. I don't know why you're always exaggerating.
Alright, I'm gonna go cry into my banana bread.
Aww.
Jess says it's cheaper than a Crunchwrap and way more food. Next time we go, because again, I have a gift card with like $35 more on it. Next time we go, I will be willing to try that, because I don't think I want to have a Crunchwrap that I did not make ever again. It's sad.
Well, tune in tomorrow to see what happens.
To see how disappointing my 2 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Let me check, because it smells like it's done already.
You know what? You might. It's.
How did I do that?
Let's stick it with the poker.
I just didn't. I should have put it in something with a lid. I just didn't want Mooch to lick it.
Let's see if I can kind of zoom in a little bit and we can see what happens.
You gotta back up, bud. Well, it's deceptive because there's a cream cheese layer and there's chocolate chips in it. I think it needs more time.
Hey, I went to Nacho Bel Grande. That word hasn't been said at all this year. When was the last time you heard that word?
Couldn't even tell you.
I know, right? Oh, man.
At least you have sour cream for tacos. I'm not eating that sour cream. It's been sitting there for 3 hours. It's like...
Jets, Liquidium, stop it!
It's 73 degrees in here!
For the love of God, please stop commenting. No. Every comment gets worse and worse. It's just worse for me. It's just so bad.
I just can't believe I screwed it up that bad. I was so excited to show you guys.
Like Sims 2 characters.
This has been on my to bake on the show list for so long, and finally I was like, let's just do it. And I screwed it all up, and I'm not even gonna have something good. Hey, you ended the show, then came back.
Crystal said, bring it back. Oh my gosh. Is that it? Should I go for reals?
Yeah, I need to go cry.
Alright. Good night,
Just
everybody.
call it a reduced calorie banana cream cheese coffee cake. No, I'm gonna call it banana cream cheese coffee cake with a side of tears. I'm sad. We're gonna have a redemption. We'll do this again sometime, and I'll show you guys how to do it right. We'll redeem it.
Oh my gosh.
We'll go Brittany with the link to how to make a Crunchwrap. You guys should definitely make your own Crunchwraps. If you do burritos, tacos, nachos, that kind of stuff at home, try a Crunchwrap.
They're honestly they're really good.
It's all the same ingredients.
Yeah, if I had to write hieroglyphics at the end, you know, when it all comes down next year, I am drawing the ingredients for Crunchwraps on the wall. Also, please go watch the members' first vlog. It's so fun. It'll put a smile on your face for 41 minutes of dopamine. And then after that, you can be sad about your consumer-driven life. All right, everybody, have a good night. And we'll see you next time.
She needs water again. Thanks for sharing in my disappointment the 50-something of you who didn't dump out.
What is that called? Friggin' shorting?
Shun, Freud. Only if you're taking joy in what's happening.
No, what if I
right
share
now.
in your misery? Oh, that's a Soul Asylum song.
That's empathy.
Misery loves company.
Yeah.
That's Frustrated Incorporated. I forgot about that.
Hannah, you can't not smile if you have nachos. Do you do
It's
homemade
too late.
nachos? Homemade
Isn't
nachos.
it
is
an
the way
hour
to go.
later over the flyover states? They're closed by now.
You can make nachos at home.
Crystal.
I don't even know the last time I bought nachos. I make my own nacho mountain.
What are the chances we're leaving the house for food tonight?
Slim to none. No, I'm grabbing the air fryer and plugging it in right now. Like I'm fading. I'm danning right now. I'm like,
okay. Look, okay, wait. Okay, no. Okay. Alright,
I'm
well,
bonking.
and we're off. We're off. How do you really feel? She runs away.
Did you clean the air fryer after you made fish in it today? Because if you didn't, we're gonna have a fight.
When can I have fish sandwiches?
I know. Did you clean the air fryer, or do I have to clean it and clean the fish smell out of it? Oh, it's not even clean.
Tracy says she loves your hummus. I just cleaned it and then you got...
How did you just clean it? There's chunks of food in it. This is not just clean. If
Wait.
it is, we need to have new lessons in cleaning.
I cleaned it and then I ate food. And then
You
came
put fish in it.
at like 4:30.
But it's gonna smell like fish if I cook my patty in it. That's not just like you made chicken nuggets in it, you made fish in it. I need my own house, Jess.
I thought you had buy you your own air fryer basket.
Would you hurry up so I can wash it since Dan doesn't wash things correctly? The mask is off, the gloves are off. Beer says I'm gonna castrate you. Are we seeing a breakup live?
Is it unplugged?
Is it unplugged?
Like our live stream now? Oh, speaking of that, you should go watch the Jerry Springer documentary.
What happened to liners? Oh, I still have them.
We use
I
them.
use them for certain things because some things need the air to move underneath to make it crispy, and that'll block some of the air. Yeah, I'm beyond hangry. I'm really starting to fade. Like I hit a wall bad.
You know how I can tell is that it's getting warm. It's that the heat's ready to off like flame on, but she's been flaming on for 20
I'm
years.
gonna throw an elbow. Mooch. Look, his butt is literally in the fountain.
Oh, good grief.
Everyone else is drinking butt water all day.
You're like a Ziggy comment.
You did not clean this.
No, we just ate right before you got home.
You told me you cleaned it. That is not clean. There's like fish grease in the bottom of it, Dan.
no,
And you wanted me to just make it's like liquid. It's running.
If you don't stop it, I'm gonna make you eat that sour cream. Also, I
You can't make me do anything, Dan. Try again. Oh my god, just rinsing it out, it smells fishy. And you want me to turn this on and heat it up and make a chicken burger in it? Dan. Liquidius' cake, it's exactly like this when I was hangry. Look, I need food like an hour ago.
Didn't you just get a new Snickers?
I don't need any sugar right now.
Let me read the instructions on this. What is this one? Here, hold on. What is this one?
It's my boyfriend doesn't clean up after himself flavored.
Here, if I put it over your face, it'll zoom in on it. I clean.
Hannah, it's chicken CHIK'N.
Hold on.
I have to make that distinction when I send Dan a grocery list, otherwise he buys himself chicken burgers instead of me.
April said to make Dan's brownies in it. That she's gonna stop the house and leave you. She's gonna load up the house and drive it away.
Liquidium, I can't do taco truck. Wait, was it Liquidium? Oh, Linda.
We
Linda
can't
said taco
afford
truck.
the taco truck anymore.
It's expensive, and Mexican food often puts their flavor in the meat, which I don't eat. So I'm basically paying like $8 for a quesadilla, which would buy me like a bag of cheese and a pack of.
I think it's 10
tortillas.
now. We can't.
Is it?
Yeah, we've been priced out. We've been priced out of the taco truck. Last time I peeked out the window, there was a Lexus there. But I still love them. You know.
Yeah, I'm not paying $10 for a quesadilla. The quesadilla is good. It ain't that good.
It's not $10 good.
I can make a decent quesadilla myself.
Oh, I've been doing like home stuff, like the fish sandwiches from Aldi have been great. Crystal will tell you all about it.
I can still smell it. Did you put up your arm to block?
I figured elbows were coming for sure. I don't know.
I promise I don't beat him.
There's no headlocks. It's been a minute since I've been in a headlock, but I'm sugar and spice and everything nice. So there you go.
That is false.
It's not,
That
I
is
don't know what
absolutely
you're,
false. You guys can tell.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Hannah, just make some toast and call it a day. Do you have bread? That's the worst. I hate when I'm hungry and like there's no two things to go together. Cereal? Do you have cereal?
Put some nacho cheese on toast. That works.
Is this what they call a Midwestern goodbye, or a
Look,
Mexican
you're-
goodbye, or an Italian goodbye?
How
We
are
all do
you
it.
not in timeout?
Who?
Liquidium. Liquidium. I know. There's only like 40 people here. It's great. Watch for deer. I know. I might get ran over by this deer.
Watch out. I'm
The
hungry.
ginger deer. And now I'm just holding you guys hostage.
I mean, you can leave anytime.
We were, but like I was waiting for this thing to bust out of the oven like a lithium-ion battery.
Screwed up.
Hey, what are you putting in here for us?
Us?
Well, I don't know.
I cleaned it.
There's French fries.
Let
now.
me make my food, and then you can clean it and make your food. How about that? Because I didn't make this food, and I had to clean it. You didn't even offer to come wash it.
Dang, she's got me on the ropes.
You sat here
Well,
and everybody watched me wash your mess, and you did not even offer to help. You see what I'm dealing with? I need my own house.
Dang, how do I turn auto tracking on and get out of here?
Didn't even offer. Just stood there and talked about your crap while I cleaned it.
I'm not the one sleeping on the couch tonight. You put me on the couch. I thought.
You can sleep in Blake's bed. He's not here.
Oh, with the 3D printing machines and the cat?
Yeah, he just sleeps in there with them running like white noise. I don't even get it.
They're quiet.
No, they're not. That would drive me nuts.
It's quiet.
Nope.
Alright. I'll leave you be.
I'm dying a little.
Ah, you are. So what you making?
Nothing for you.
Are you putting French fries in there?
For me.
How many French fries per serving? Like 12?
Oh,
Can I-
you're serving 0.
Can I get 12? Can your boyfriend get 12 French fries?
No fries for you.
Are you sad of the shrinkflation of all this stuff when you haven't been to the store in months?
Absolutely. I couldn't believe the small container of oil was $5 for vegetable oil.
Dude, I know, right? I was about to drain it out of my car and just bring it in the house so we could like.
And I'm over here just wasting half a container of freaking sour cream. I hate my life.
They were under my bed in the basement. They're not like, oh no. After they get all going, they're all like in harmony and sunk up.
What are we talking about?
The machines. I'm very surprised that a 3D machine does not run like a computer, which is so loud.
I think she means under my bed in the basement.
Yeah.
No, when you're in the room with them though, like I need silence to sleep. I don't do like white noise or anything. Like I hate when if the dishes need to be washed at the end of the night, I will put it on the 4-hour delay so it starts in the middle of the night because if the dishwasher's running or the dryer's running, I can't fall asleep. So yeah, no, I could not fall asleep with 3D printers in the room. Dan, you can feed yourself. You're grown.
What?
William says, Dan just proved
Alec,
he isn't grown.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna put you in a
How long have you
headlock.
been here, Alec?
Alec, you're gonna get into a headlock when I see you next.
I have to buy Jamie TV dinners or have frozen leftovers for him when I leave so he can eat. Dan usually gets a pizza and then eats a pizza over the course of several days, and there's usually like some sort of fast food in there too.
It's 2 days for a pizza, but yes. Liquidium's doubling down. Dan just proved he isn't grown. Oh my gosh.
Dan also just proved he reads good.
Why?
You read that? Literally this week, Jason sent me a video of my 6-year-old nephew reading, like he just learned how to read and he's reading like level 1 books and he read just like that.
I think the AI robot in Jess's video today that I edited was smoother than
Probably.
that that came out of there. But Liquidium's
Alright, if you're
just,
getting food and you want to get in on this, you better hurry up. I'm not doing you any favors.
yeah, what you got?
What do you got? Because it's about to beep and I'm doing it.
I don't know. Can I have one of those red discs?
Oh, now I'm doing you favors?
Yeah, come on. I'll give you something for it.
I'll fight you later. When these cameras are off, it's on.
Is that what it is?
Liquidium has a free emergency pizza from Domino's. Sounds like you might need it.
Does it come with Band-Aids?
We have pizza. We get the Aldi pizza. If you guys have Aldi has pizza for like $7 and they're huge and you can cut them into like quarters or sixths like I do because I'm not a glutton and throw them in the freezer and then heat them up. We have pizza all the time.
I don't know what the gremlin's sleeping.
Yeah, you don't wake that beast.
Hey, Stripers, I was going to drink the water. Here, you want to see the gremlin? I'll bring it to you.
I can't even count French fries right now. I'm so hungry. Just fries. There's some fries here.
Well, he was sleeping on this.
Oh, hi, sleepyhead.
Hey, my gremlin.
Can't believe I left out the damn sour cream. Yes, he is getting bigger. He is a big boy already. He's gonna need to leave. He's only like 6 months old. I'm done. Like I can't process eating.
Why don't you find some chips and salsa?
No, because I'm making food right now. Do you want cheese on your bun?
Okay. You look like you've kind of had enough, but at the same time, you're kind of happy. Alright, I'll put him down so you can stretch.
Oh, he's all
Oh,
sleepy.
he is. He's all sleepy. Whose idea was this?
This is too bright in here.
Whose idea was this? Your band.
Everyone's not your friend anymore, whoever you are.
Come on. Oh, he's just sitting there. He's just tired.
He's gonna lay down and go back to sleep. No. Trace says, Dan, you need to dump the sour cream so she doesn't keep looking at it. You saw that?
Oh,
you saw the disappointment in my face?
We have this thing in the house where it's like, do you just need to make it, like, make it
Yeah, you need to make this disappear.
Just make this disappear. Sometimes it's pillows or shoes or whatever. It's like, could you just make it disappear and then just one day it's just gone? I can do
Yeah,
that.
that's definitely a make this disappear.
Okay.
You know how much I love sour cream. So sad.
Gremlin. I want to show you how you'll hop up on me, but he's like,
You know, he's sleepy.
he's like out of it. So where to go with this? Where do you think?
Can you go down the sink? It's liquidy enough. Just don't make me look at it. No, he's not doing anything on command.
He just keeps growing. Every time he stretches, he goes back less and less. Come in.
No.
Come in. Come in.
He's not even awake.
He's not even awake.
You disturbed his slumber. Do you even know how to pick up a cat, bro? What was that?
2 hands now.
He is a two-handed cat.
Oh, he's mad.
Whatever you did, he didn't like.
I've never seen him get mad like that. He's like, you woke me up. I never wake him up though. I leave him sleep because like that's our time.
Oh, buddy, did you do it wrong? Here. Buddy,
Oh,
what's up?
he's mad. He just wants to sleep.
Nope. I'm gonna stomp off
No,
somewhere.
he's going to stop off to go back to sleep. Oh, poor cat.
Hannah, do you have a cow? When does the cake need to come out of the oven? In 2 minutes?
Maybe.
I did set a timer for that.
Do you want to wait to the 2 minutes?
Sure.
You know what you could really use? A can of spinach. Popeye style. Maybe it'll come alive.
Gross. No, I need my dinner. I have like 6 more minutes.
Can I talk you into watching a 41-minute members vlog?
Probably not tonight. Also, I'm not a member. So I don't actually have access to that.
You know, that's true. That is true. Yeah, I could,
Slide in my DMs with it.
Yeah, be nice to Crystal. I am nice to Crystal.
Sometimes.
I'm very good to Crystal. Crystal is like one of those like lion tamer things where I have the chair up and sometimes it's like, "Rah." And sometimes I can pet
And
her.
then you put a donut in my mouth and I'm happy again.
And yeah, and then sometimes she sick freeze and roys me both at the same time, both ends. But I did tame her by bringing her back a bunch of donuts. Like
Making me do donut happy dances.
a half a dozen donuts, and for the next 2 days, I think every meal was more donut. It would be like, oh, no, and then like, okay, maybe I should eat something.
Look, there was what?
There was
My
4
brain is not
ubes.
working. No, there was 3 ubes.
3 ubes.
There was a Biscoff cookie one that was
Yes,
really
that
good.
was really good.
There was a maple cheesecake or
Maple
something.
salted something.
That was
And
good.
then I got that old-fashioned one that Jess got, the plain boring one. So good. So I ate that one. But you just
You didn't
like...
even save me a bite, even after you told me I should taste
I
it.
know.
You were just like,
yeah, but you were like Pac-Man. You were just pelleting up all the things. I
They
didn't
were
eat-
gone by Tuesday. You came home with them Saturday
I had no bite to eat.
afternoon, and
Right.
all the donuts were gone by Tuesday.
You were so happy. You ran out there and you gave me a hug. You're like, oh!
No, I was just reaching past you to get the box of donuts.
And then she went skipping in and just all like it was just like all of a sudden you'd hear like they'd be stored in the microwave and you would just hear shunk ka-plunk. And you look over and she was just like diminishing returns.
I love
Every
it.
time I'm
You
like,
have to hurry up and eat them.
that's a lot of donuts. You're like diminishing returns.
Yes.
So yes. So yeah,
The way to my heart, donuts and ice cream.
they're good
Who likes
donuts.
to stop?
They're really good donuts. Really good donuts. Okay, let's see what this is.
A travesty.
A Travis Barker ski.
How do you people wear glasses? Now they're all fogged up.
Oh man, it looks like oatmeal.
It does look a little oatmeal.
It looks a little oatmeal.
That's the
Here, I'll
topping.
move out of the way so it doesn't focus on me.
All right, that's what it is. It looks fine. Like that's about how it's supposed to look. I feel like the topping is usually a little less sandy. I might have mashed it up a little bit extra, but the disappointment's gonna come when I try to eat it. So again, that just has to cool for like an hour. April, if you're still here, another thing you can do is like put it on the front of your oven on the grates because that'll hold it up. Or if your grates like come off and you can put it on the counter, that would serve as a wire tray to like let it get air underneath. That would help as well. I don't know. How do I wear glasses? By complaining daily that I hate that I have to wear them. Yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Like they're always dirty. They always need to be clean. Oh, look at you showing off back there. No, we don't have any Culvers. I like Culvers because they have the fried cheese curds. The first time I had it was when I went to visit Terry in Arizona, and they had it out there. And then my brother has them in his town, and we get it when I go out there too. Melt a stick of butter into it? I don't even think I can do that.
Do you remember when he showed up and now he hops up in my arms?
Yep. Remember when he loved me more and I would have to go in the bathroom to like appease him? He would cry and crawl on me. Coco Bay says, my husband just said you're my sister. He said the donuts, ice cream, and the attitude. It's a lifestyle. What can I say? A good donut though, man. That'll just make your day. Oh, Dan caught me. Apparently when I eat a donut, I do a little happy donut dance. Donuts make me happy. Few things make me happy in the same way that donuts make me happy. Is he your friend again? He's not crying anymore?
No, he came hopping up in my arms. You guys see him come hopping up in my arms?
I don't know if anybody's paying attention to you. I remember when you said no more kitties and Crystal opened the door?
I know.
This is our life. Like, this is what happens. We have never, aside from Kamiko, we never chose to get a cat. They all just show up here. Which is why the door needs to stay closed now, because there's no room at the end. I can't do it.
You come back up?
You need more water? Can you just keep your butt out of the fountain? Can you do it this time?
Get me. Kumiko though, like it was like, come here, so like so she'd have to go outside.
Yeah, she was gonna be ditched outside.
Although she would have thrived outside because she lived most of her life outside.
She
anyway.
probably would not have made it 15 years ago. Come here. That's safe inside cat life. What do you want on your chicken burger?
Whatever you're having on there. I'll probably put some pickles on it too. Okay, so before I wrap this up, what did we decide about this?
I'm going to proceed as normal. Don't poke it. It's still hot. You know better. I'm going to proceed as normal. I'll put the icing on it because it's just some powdered sugar and milk.
Oh.
Probably vanilla. And we'll try it. We won't know until tomorrow. Hey, whoa, what are you doing? Hi. Do you think you want this? This is an avocado, buddy.
He's been snooping in the refrigerator.
He said you took something out of there. I want to see what it is. Or he saw my bread loaf.
Come back up. Come here. Come back up. Come back up. Come here. He's looking like he wants to hop back up on me, but then that's it. Oh, he's back. He's gonna go punk Crystal.
Do you want to come up here with me? Come on. Ow! You can't climb. You have to jump. Come on, bud.
Dan, stop touching things. I know. I know. Don't worry, he'll hop up you and you're not even looking.
Oh, I know, I'm watching.
And then you have holes poked in you. That's how it is. Okay, goodbye. What time do you eat food?
I'm making
Okay.
food now.
Alright. Bye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll see you tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Bye, everybody.
Find out how disappointing the banana bread is.
Oh. Okay. Bye for reals.
Jojo says, I don't know what recipe you're talking about for the sugar cookie recipe. The one I did find, I can't click on it. It's not, your tail is in the water again, bud. It's not linked. It's not on the internet. Like, you're not going to find it on Pinterest. You have to look at the recipe cards. And then if you, like, the post for the sugar cookies, we just did them not too long ago. Did we do them on New Year's Eve?
Which one?
There's the recipe card, and then it looks like the recipe card, but it has the directions on it. Because it's my aunt's recipe. It's not anything that's like on the internet. I just made a recipe card, so I don't know. I don't know where it is. Like offhand, I don't know. What are you doing? But if you look through, you can go to Facebook. Do you have Facebook? Or Instagram, and just scroll through till you find sugar cookies. Instagram might be easier because you can see the pictures of the stuff that we made. So then you can see a picture of sugar cookies, and then that'll be it. I don't know, like that's where it is.
Instagram's easier because Facebook serves you up whatever.
Yeah, but Facebook you can search. If you go to the Facebook group, I think you can search the Facebook group, so you can put in sugar cookies and see what comes up. I think he smells the food and wants food. Oh yeah, go to Facebook if you're not already. Join the Getting Baked with Crystal Facebook group. I might have to approve that, which I'll do after I have food in me. And then I think you can search. There's a search function on there, and then you can search for sugar cookies, or go to the photos and scroll through the photos till you find it's the grayish black recipe card, and it'll be sugar cookies. That's all the advice I can give you. It's not working. I'm sorry.
Power down. All right, good night, everybody.
Good luck.
Final words from Crystal.